This is the pre-show, everyone. So we are going to just kick back, relax for a little bit, wait until some of you guys come in, and then we're gonna go ahead and start. First of all, let's talk about how's everybody weekend been so far.
Well, St. Louis decided, hey, y'all, winter's back. So,
Oh man,
Very much so.
What's up, Hulk? We see you. We got
it's-
chatters already.
It's still
snap.
Aries season. My birthday's Wednesday, so
hey, let's go.
my fellow
Yo.
Aries, Stormy, Chris.
I mean,
y'all know
it's
the vibes?
really Leo.
Y'all know the vibes.
oh, hold on.
We are not talking about
I
Leo.
toast for you right now.
We are not
just
talking
wanna
about
say-
Leos.
I just want to say, technically
you.
speaking, as you know, the reason that Aries are first is because spring is the new year, which means that we are the season that the Holy One was born in. That's all I want to say.
I'm
That's
just
all I'm
saying.
gonna say.
Which means technically we're the ones.
Chosen.
Technically,
Ah!
Whoa! Do you
Ah!
know
We're
the
the
one?
one.
We the ones. We the ones.
We the
Put your
ones.
one up. Put your one up.
That's the only time when I'll
They're
throw
the
up
ones.
one.
They're the ones that bring in hurricane season, mosquitoes, pollen, allergies.
oh, you sound like a
Yeah.
hater.
Whoa!
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
but
Should I
you know what?
continue?
But you know what? You're right, because like it's humans like you that needs to be
Like
punished.
me.
Yes, like you that needs to be punished. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough that y'all go around, horn around, slutting around and shit. It's time that y'all get the coronavirus.
He's saying,
and shit.
yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need
He
to
said,
clean
"Y'all
up.
caused the coronavirus."
We have to clean. We have to clean up the infestation. Like Nick Cannons, like you, and other ones that like to populate the universe with roaches. So you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Nick
Roaches.
Cannon, hold on, wait a minute. Wait, real quick though. Speaking of Nick Cannon, he got quizzed just the other day. Like, hey, do you know all the name of your kids? He like, yeah, I do, and he forgot one.
Yeah, that was
I
on.
just want to say that this is
what-
coming from the Nick Cannon of our show, Stormy.
Hey, I know all mine's name.
Now, aren't you like at 10 now?
No,
I mean, we know that you're not shooting blanks because like you got all them kids in the house like it's Chuck E. Cheese.
hey, next Intercontinental champ right here.
Oh, see.
We coming for you, Gunther. We
Okay,
coming. Tell him.
so are you planning for your
on
Hold on,
zero.
Hold on. Do your finishing move. Hit him with it. See
Hey,
that kick?
terrible?
a
Just
true
terrible.
slobber
Storm Zero.
But no, I went to the bus game. It
You are
was
cursed.
great. It was great. However, they lost, which
I
sucks. But
mean, Y'all team got hurt.
I know, like
He said y'all team.
He said y'all team.
he's right because Giannis got hurt. I think this was like in the fourth. No, I'm sorry, in the second quarter. And I'm like, okay, so where's Giannis going? Like
That
and he never
tailbone.
came back.
That tailbone,
Yeah,
man.
I didn't even know. So
And that karma is something. That karma is something crazy,
Hey,
boy.
as somebody who fell on his tailbone playing, that hurts. Like, yeah, he's probably gonna be a week.
What kind of karma, Ziggy? What are you talking
I'm just saying,
about?
I ain't gonna say nothing, It just
no, because like he want to be shady as shit. He want to say shit when nobody's not looking. I know how he
what
gets
you
down.
what? What you mean?
Yeah, he's talking about that's karma for you. Nigga, you thought I didn't hear that?
I'm just
Well,
talking,
Oh, you smart because of that finals they won against that hurt Phoenix team? You talking about that one?
Yo, Ziggy, you should chill.
And you know what the fucked up thing is? That's not even his team, and yet this nigga still want to hate. That's the funny part about
Hey,
this.
man,
He's a
No, because
hater.
I'm finna tell
My
you why.
Pelicans,
Because Giannis gets to my nerve, and I'm finna tell you why. He's
Oh my
7'6", and every time he do something, he acts so surprised.
He's
Oh
supposed
my
to
god!
be on the same
Oh my
team,
god!
bro.
I
It's
just dunked
Aries
the
game.
ball. I just dunked the ball. Then what are you, Giannis? Are you Greece or Nigerian? Make up your mind. Which one is it?
I mean, you sound like a hating wrestling fan or whatever that can't make up his mind.
No, I need Giannis to make up his mind.
I
You
thought
either
it was-
Greece or
I mean,
Stormy just jumped out the whip. I thought it was Aries game.
right?
I'm
That's
sorry.
what I
I'm
thought
sorry.
too.
My bad. Hold on, let me get back
Yeah.
in.
Until we get until we talk about the playoffs now, you know what I'm saying? Like he's over there and I'm on the west, he's on the east, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, but it's all good though.
It's all
yeah,
good. We got 2 minutes left on the pre-show. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button,
We
hit
got a
the
guest
like button,
tonight. We should let Ziggy.
and we got a guest tonight.
Yes,
You
we
feel me?
have a guest
And
tonight.
her
Miss
name
Liz.
is.
Say her name.
Her name is Liz.
Yeah, Ziggy.
You be paying attention. I'm so happy for you.
Yes,
So
Lord.
how you say it? How you say it? Is
I say it again.
It's Lise, right?
Oh,
Looking
So
ass. See? Just just trash. Oh my goodness. But no, yeah, everybody. So we have a exciting lineup. Not only we have I'm about to say Liz. Liz. Liz
We
from
got a list
TikTok.
in the house. There's a list.
We got a list in the house. Also, we are going to well, first we're going to introduce her when she come on, and then we're gonna have our little icebreaker with her for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna get into WWE business, AEW business, also backstage rumors from all over the country wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And remember to like this video, like it, forward it, do what you need to do to make our numbers great because we need it, you know what I'm saying? So the algorithms, yes, we need it. When y'all like the video, it does wonders for us.
Yep.
So,
yeah, me and Chris crunched the numbers. Y'all are watching the heck out of our videos. But y'all not liking.
Yes.
Just hit the like button.
Don't like it.
That's all we need y'all to do. Hit the like button.
Stop being lazy. Put down the fucking
take your mouse, take your thumb.
Put down the cookies and cream and just like it, and then get back to what you
watch hours are up like ×3, but like we need them. We need the likes.
We do.
So
definitely
appreciate y'all.
I'm loving this crown though. I just want to say I'm loving the crown.
Thank you.
We got 30 seconds.
You gotta get another one. You gotta get another one for his birthday.
Yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably go to A Big, you know what I'm saying, since he got the true crown. You know, I'm gonna go to him and hopefully
work today.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
That's a tag team.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anyway, we're gonna start a little bit and we'll be back. So Mr. Ziggy, if you
Big Aries energy.
Kind, please, thank you.
All right.
Positive vibes, everybody. Positive.
Big Aries energy. Big Aries.
Good evening, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood enforcer from Hills of Life Wrestling Podcast. Here to give you some knowledge, some 4-on-1 on our Hill merch. So, if you go to hillsforlife.com, you see all the favorites. Get your flag here. You know, don't like the flag. We got aprons, we got cups. We also got tank tops for you muscle men out there. You know, there's some muscle men out there. You know, big boys. So pick up. Tank tops. You're not a tank top person? We got regular crew t-shirts. We got some female t-shirts too. Check it out. And if you are in the winter state, like Wisconsin, you know, shout out to Chris. We got those hoodies. Got those hoodies. Again, check out hillsforlife.com for all your Hill merch.
It looks like you lost another one.
It's just the fact that I'm highly dedicated to the grind. And I ain't never fake, boy, I'm like this all the time. And I'ma do me, it don't matter how you feel. And I'ma win even if I lie, cheat or steal. That's just real, I don't care if I leave the opposition feeling ripped off. And it's only cheating if you get caught. If you ain't with me, homie, I can never love ya. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for ya. I just rather lie, cheat, and steal. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And I don't ever care how they feel. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And they don't wanna see me in the field. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. No matter what, I'ma keep it real. It's cool being faces, better being the heel.
Good evening on this Sunday evening. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody was praying and all that good shit. Anyway, my name is Mr. Team Bringing, aka Mr. King of Chaos, the King of Controversy, the King of the Cookouts, the King of, you know what I'm saying, giving the business when, you know what I'm saying, when some of these motherfuckers want to be on these Twitter sites and shit and want to be great, but they know they ain't great because they got a low IQ. Anyway, how you doing? What's going on? I hope everybody had a blessed and prosperous Sunday. I am Mr. Chris Dilworth, Mr. Team Bringing.
I can't beat that, but I'm the enforcer, your brother. Oh, damn, Chris.
I'm sorry. This crown is just giving me life. It's what T.O. said. He said when I put on this gimmick or whatever, I'm a different module. So I'm going to be that this evening. You didn't share me, but yes, you can continue.
I'm kind of done though, but still, I'm your boy the enforcer down there is.
It's your boy the bearded baby face. Yeah, I'm just reading what Ziggy's doing because they're not. It's your boy Jared Allstar, the bearded baby face. Welcome to Hills for Life. I'm so happy to be back with my bros. I have to say something real quick. The enforcer did a commercial at the beginning of the show. What I got from the commercial was I should get aprons. There are big boys and big girls. And then he went ahead and took a shot at Minnesota
and Wisconsin, said, by the way. Yeah, he said there's too many fat people that's in Wisconsin. I didn't like that.
And he said, and it's the way he said Wisconsin.
Right.
He was coming from.
It was real shady. Yeah.
No. First of all, I was showing love to Wisconsin. And to the big boys and big girls, because all they show is the little skinny motherfuckers. So I'm showing the big love to the big. I'm 200 pounds. I ain't skinny.
Yep. But you gave yourself a shout talking about all the muscle brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can get these. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so what the fuck? I'm not muscle brother. I shouldn't get this shit because my titties might come out. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Next time I'm gonna say sugar titties on the tank
Thank
top.
you. Just say sugar nips. Yeah,
sugar nips. I got you.
Thank you.
All right, then we got
what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stormy, aka J Storm, aka the Cowboy and the Child Bearer.
Child Bearer.
Child Bearer.
All right.
Wow,
and I'm Ziggy the Beast. I'll be the moderator and producer for tonight's festivities, keeping these heels in check. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a baby face to kind of, mellow things out. So I'll be doing that on this evening. Thank y'all for having me.
I really don't like you, but yes. We also have a special guest, Miss Liz from TikTok and Twitter.
We got a lady.
We're gonna give her the floor. We're gonna have a nice little icebreaker, and then we're gonna get into the business. So, without further ado, welcome to #Kills for Life, Miss Lady.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
it. Once again, it was a pleasure to meet you a couple of months ago. We first met you, me, Ziggy, and Stormy met you on TikTok. You was actually one of our viewers, and you just came on, and we just gelled ever since. So now we're going to put you on the hot seat. So first of all, where did you come from? Your mother raised you very, very well with some common sense, and I'm just like, bitch.
She did.
But on the thing though, are you doing any special projects? Are you in the wrestling business? Because by our conversations, it's like a lot. So tell us a lot. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm just a wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since I could remember. Just grew up watching wrestling with my brother. So we were always kind of wrestling around the house, and that's kind of where my knowledge of wrestling started. Right now, for the most part, as far as wrestling content, I just do it on TikTok, and it's still somewhat new to me. And I've found a group of people that I do content with. We're called Fine Tune Wrestling, and we're kind of up and coming, just starting out. And yeah, I just happened to be scrolling on TikTok, and I saw y'all were doing a live, and I was like, first of all, to see us on TikTok talking about wrestling, I was like, wait, hold on.
It means black people, y'all.
Let me,
that's
yeah. And for the people who got it. But no, I was like,
education.
I was like, I don't get to see that too often. So let me see what they got to say. Right. I'm like, wait, there's not that many of us out here. So yeah, I just stopped by and it was a blast, and we've been chilling ever since.
Yes. And okay, so how old are you?
I'm 26.
Damn. Oh my goodness. So have you ever thought about like being a like commentator or like a ring announcer or something like that, or do you just want to just do things like this, like, you know, go on podcasts and you do collaborations with other wrestling fans and just talk wrestling?
I haven't really like thought about actually getting in the wrestling business. I mean, as a kid, I kind of thought about it, but I don't know. I just enjoy talking to other fans about it and talking about kind of theories that's going on. Being a fan, you get to discuss kind of what you're noticing kind of behind the scenes. I feel like if you're in kind of the bigger wrestling scenes, you kind of have to be hush hush about certain things. So that's the advantage as far as being a fan. Like, you don't really have to be silent about anything. If you notice something's going on behind the scenes, you don't like it, you can talk about it. So
do you think a lot of us fans don't talk about, you know, what's going on in their true feelings versus being on that tribalism shit?
Yes and no. I think I think especially with like WWE and AEW, there's some tribalism going on as far as like, because trying to prove what's the better company right now. Whereas like my point of view on it is like, at the end of the day, we as fans, we're winning because we get more wrestling content. I'm not invested in either company. Neither one of them handle my money, nothing like that. So, you know, with that, I'm going to talk about the stuff that I liked and the stuff that I didn't like. There's certain things about AEW that I like that they do that WWE doesn't do, and vice versa. And same with like the indie scene. And I'm just now getting into the indie scene, and so I'm still learning about that. But yeah, just I'm gonna voice my opinion. I'm gonna say what I think about certain stuff, and I'm also one that's willing to like agree to disagree. I'm gonna have my opinion. You're gonna have your opinion. We don't have to fight about it. Yeah.
Question. Who are your top 5 wrestlers
of all time or currently?
Currently.
Seth Rollins.
Good choice.
Bianca Belair. Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Mercedes Moné.
Money.
Hit us with the name change, like I follow it.
And
so retarded.
Because you know she would have said the other name, that one comment. Oh, she doesn't actually watch. She doesn't actually.
No, don't do me like that. No,
you know how it be. Oh yeah, what happened to episode 2, season 4? Like,
honestly, some people aren't gonna like it, but Roman Reigns right now, I like him. He's a storyteller. I know, Chris.
Okay, let me put the glasses back on. Go back.
I never thought I would hear Roman Reigns and storyteller in the same sentence in 2020. This is a first.
Is he not?
You okay with me, Liz? You okay with me?
Thank you. Thank you.
Your list was solid.
Liz, I was going to just tackle you, but like I said, I don't want to be like one of those, you know, neck beards. So, you know, I'm going to shut the fuck up and I'm just going to continue just listening to your list. Yeah.
I have my reason. Not as Roman, technically, like as a technical wrestler, he's not on that list. But he's on that list for me as a storyteller.
Okay.
So who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Full package wise, The Rock. because he had charisma.
That
That charisma does it for me.
Finally.
nothing wrong with that.
The Rock
Nothing
has
wrong with
come
that.
back.
Now, do you like Dwayne The Rock Johnson or The Rock?
I like The Rock.
It's the same person.
No, it's not the same person because that motherfucker, like, you know, he because like I said, when
Dwayne
you
write
smile,
his promo on his hand.
right. So when you smile like that, that's Hollywood Rock. That's that white shit. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Just look at everything The Rock gave us. He gave us Jabroni, Rudy Poo. Like this man gave us.
Right. And then he said, I'm leaving you niggas for $5 million.
And I watched every single movie he was in, except for Doom.
Is that not the blackest thing to do? Is go for the money? Like,
I mean, I respect it.
I mean,
I do too. That's until he wanted to. He did.
But then he turned Shazam
the wrong.
You know.
Hey, Shazam was a good movie. Okay, I'm standing by. Shazam was a good movie.
My last question, because I'm the only one that cares about lists right now. I want to know.
He's not lying.
I want to know who you think is going to dethrone Roman Reigns
at WrestleMania 50.
Do we really have to do this right now?
Yes.
Go ahead, Liz. No, I'm a Christian by law. Go ahead.
It's I have 3 options.
Ooh.
For me, there's only 3 realistic options.
Talk to us.
Seth Rollins, because he's never beat him one-on-one.
What she said. Thank you. High five.
Yes. Yes.
Jey Uso to kind of
Mm.
bring that whole bloodline story full circle.
Okay.
And then Cody Rhodes once he gets built back
Why
up.
are we so reluctant to say Cody Rhodes?
Because we don't need to say fucking Cody Rhodes.
You know why?
We don't need
Look
to
what I'm doing. You know why?
We don't need to be on his dick because, like I said, once again, okay, for the to set who's keeping records of this shit? Okay, for the record, on 4/16/2023 at 9:38 Central Time, my time, of course. Just because he ended racism, just because he ended slavery, does not mean that he needs an undisputed championship. The man has been basic, and he's always going to be basic.
Chris,
okay, if
Roman
you didn't learn that shit, shut up. I'm
champion,
cooking.
But it's time for Roman to have a
nightmare. If you did not learn your motherfucking lesson in AEW, then okay, keep falling on your fucking face like that boy Dark Kent. So you know, they no. Oh, you can go.
Okay. First off, after Cody dethrones the beast, and he does this for his father, and he goes home.
Oh no, you are not about to cry. You are not.
We get enough tears from Cody. We don't need it here too.
Wait, what's Cody? What's his daughter name?
Liberty.
Oh, and when he goes home,
wait, that's her name?
Yes.
You know what? I salute the flag.
I was just telling the enforcer before the show started that as black wrestling fans, we have a very black take on wrestling. Like the way our culture, like the majority of us feel about Cody Rhodes, is the complete opposite that Caucasian wrestling fans feel about Cody Rhodes. He is so over with Caucasian people, and
I bet he is because they look like him.
And we got to understand that wrestling at the end of the day is still a part of the world we live in, and the world we live in is very white. We're still trying to get our kudos, so we can not like him as much as we want. It really doesn't mean nothing to them. Like nothing we really feel means anything for the most part. Like it's if it's true. Cody, it's Cody.
And I don't dislike Cody. I just feel like he's been spoon-fed since coming back. Like he got hurt. He can't help that. But like to immediately put him in that title picture, I thought was a little premature. Is he on as far as like the important matches, him coming back to WWE was just Seth Rollins. He comes in at number 30 in Rumble after which he should have been a surprise, but I digress on that. Comes in at number 30 at Rumble and immediately gets put into the title picture. I didn't like that.
I like her.
I've been saying, now with your first choice, I've been saying in every single space that you can name, it's got to be Seth Rollins. Because Seth technically, along with Xavier Woods, if you count it, has the only win over Roman during this run, the DQ win at Rumble. It's the one time when the bloodline didn't come out and he lost. Seth got in his head the whole match. He kept saying, "You know I made you, right?" Roman to punch him in the face. You know you're not that guy, right? Roman. It reminded me of the scene in the Dark Knight.
It should definitely be Seth, but the gotcha is that immediately Seth would drop it to Cody because Seth also never beat Cody.
All right.
True.
Yeah.
And like for some reason they're keeping Seth far away from Roman, which I don't understand why.
So
it just making
because
sense. I mean,
they know
same thing with Bobby Lashley
because they know what we know. With Lashley, also with Lashley, these are the two legit people that could give Roman that work. Along with Braun Strowman.
I will save my comments for Lashley for the end of the show.
Right, and that's I'm sorry, I didn't want to jump ahead or whatever, but
that guy you just said, along with Seth, are the last two who we saw with our own eyes beat Roman Reigns. Like we us as fans know, like, hey, he never beat them, did he? Hey, no, look at Solo. Hey, look at Solo. Hey, look at Solo.
Yeah, look at Solo. Solo disrespecting the tribal tree. He said, "I got this." Look at him. Don't look over here. Over here.
Like, when you be like, "Hey, that doesn't." No, look. Hey.
No, it's like this. You eat your vegetables over here. Don't look at the cake over there.
Okay.
Right? You understand? With Roman though, the thing is, I hate to repeat what Kurt Angle said, but it's kind of true at the same time. For what I'm about to say. Wrestling fans' patience, they don't have patience for a long-term champion no more. Bear, I see your face. Hear me out. Because they got when they was in the pandemic, he got hot, and he got the story going. Over a year, okay, we got that. We've seen that before. We've seen that with CM Punk. We see it with other wrestling companies like Okada, blah blah. Hell, even AEW. 2 years. All right, now. It's time, who's the next guy? But in WWE, you had options. You had the Drew McIntyre. You had the Bobby Lashleys. You had Big E.
Yeah,
they was not cutting it. The fans, they was happy for the moment, but the momentum did not carry on. So now we're going on year 3. Close to year 3 now. We're going for 1,000 days. We're in year 3.
We're in year 3.
We're going for 1,000 days now.
Besides
the 3 names you said, who else?
So that's going to tie into what we're getting ready to talk about right now. And Liz, once again, welcome to the show. I'm going to enjoy this podcast tonight. So we're going to do something a little bit different, y'all. So instead of, doing the, breaking down the matches or whatever, what we're going to do is just like AEW in the AEW segment, we're just going to talk about WWE as a whole. We're going to have a nice conversation. It'll probably go on for maybe about 30 minutes or so. If we go over the 2-hour mark, whatever, at least if you have to leave, just DM me and then I'll just say, okay, cool. But yeah, let's talk about the WWE. Let's talk about the storylines. Let's talk about like what's going on in the current WWE system. So first, let me just kick this off real quick. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the WWE, excuse my French. I do not know what's going on with the structure because number one, it's like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. Nick Khan is coming on shows saying that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I'm a CEO. Okay, if that's the case, then why in the fuck are you a CEO? You saying Vince McMahon is the end all, he's the beginning and the end all of the WWE. So once again, why is Vince really there? So he already lied to us and said that he retired. That was a lie. He came in, said that he wasn't going to take over, he wasn't going to touch creative at all. That was a lie. So now all of this all this shit that came out, now Nick Khan is saying that Triple H is in full control of creative. I don't know what type of game they're playing, but I'm just not really liking it too much because it's turning me off. And ever since after WrestleMania, I'm trying to get into it, but it's just I don't know what direction they're going into, and I guess I'm like one of them fans slash podcasters where I want to be invested in it, but I have a very short attention span, if that makes sense. And if I feel that I'm not interested, I'm gonna turn off my TV and I'm gonna hope for the best for next week. But it just and it brings me to this Monday. Someone help me out with this. So from my understanding, they are getting ready to, I guess, try to break up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a storyline for, I guess, because they're going to Saudi Arabia, I believe, for not King of the Ring, but for Night of Champions.
Oh, they ain't going.
Yeah, and you know KO and Sammy do not go to Saudi Arabia, and that is where the pay-per-view is going to be in about 2 months. So Backlash, I believe they're supposed to have like a 6-man tag or something like that. But I feel that this is an upcoming problem because if they are getting ready to break up KO and Sammy, I just really believe that them getting the titles was just a waste of time. I think it was just used just to get a huge pop in at WrestleMania, and I just think that will be kind of fucked up if that was the case.
Yeah, because if the tag team titles go back to the Usos, what was the point of Mania? Right. But then to not follow up on that is like it's a waste of time, and honestly, I think disrespectful to the fans because like we kind of like most of us wanted that for so long. We wanted to start seeing the downfall of the bloodline. We get it, and then we're gonna start cutting this short because of like real life situations. Like I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah.
My thing was I think some good brothers that's on top of right here. That's when I found out they changed the King and Queen to Night of Champions, and one thing that's the first thing I want to know why they did that. Like what made them change it in the first place? Because when you change it from King and Queens, now you change the Night of Champions, and not saying that WWE followed that rule about every title on the line at Night of Champions, but that's pretty much what
they did it because Saudi Arabia don't have no queens.
For real.
But didn't they do Queen of
yeah, that's what Zelina wanted.
Well, you ain't shit. You are not shit, All-Star.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
I mean, he's right. He's right though. But
here's what happened. Hello, Triple H. This is the Saudi Prince, whatever his name is. Why aren't the Usos on the show? Oh well, it's the King of the Ring. Nah, I want the Usos here. Okay, we'll figure something out. Hey, I got an idea. Make it Night of Champions. We can make that happen. Just say you made up with it.
No, it could have been King and Queen of the Ring, and they could have brought the tag team champions over, or they could leave the tag team champions home. That way, you don't have to break up Sammy and Kevin, and do a King of the Ring structure. What we don't know yet is if the name changes what the plans were for the actual event. They still could do a tournament style thing that night. They still could be crowning two different kings and queens like they did the last event. We're not really privy of that at the moment.
Right. And the thing also I was gonna say this again, WWE, it might be saying night change. I don't mean every championship gonna come over there and be on the line. They could find a loophole. With WWE right now, I'm kind of with Chris on this one. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know who's in charge. We don't know what direction they're going with. Pretty much ever since WrestleMania, they put in these little seeds that, oh, Kevin Owens told you not to talk to Jay. You still gonna go talk to Jay. You're not listening. He's telling you this. Kevin Owens get hurt because you go over there, blah, blah. You get lost in the shuffle. Now they got a tag team title match in 2 weeks.
No, this week.
Oh, this week.
Or is it 2 weeks?
So Backlash.
No, I think it is in 2 weeks.
Is this
in 2 weeks? Okay.
Okay.
It was because on Friday, I think Stu, you told me that he said
what's the night of the draft, ain't it?
Or no, I think it's the SmackDown before Backlash.
Yes.
I think this coming up Friday is the women's tag team titles, and then next week is the men's.
Correct.
So
and I had a question about the women's tag team. Like, I mean,
poor Aaliyah.
They gave it to a racist, and then they gave it to a non-motherfucking factor. So, I mean, like,
wow,
what are we doing here? And why are we giving dinosaurs like a chance of glory once again? Like, do they not trust
but here's my thing.
talent?
If the goal was for Raquel to get the tag titles, why not keep her with Aaliyah? What was the point of getting rid of Aaliyah?
I don't think Aaliyah was over at all. It was.
I said, why would you keep her with
every
Aaliyah?
time she was walking out.
They were doing all right, sort of, kind of. Didn't they win number one contender match or something?
They
actually
won the
seen
title.
they won a number one contenders match.
But you answer your own question.
And Raquel.
You like you answer your own questions. So you sound confused on the sort of kind of if you don't know exactly.
I was done with the women's tag titles when I saw Tegan Knox and Shotzi get number one contender, and then they released Tegan Knox the next week. Remember?
Wait, Shotzi released her?
When Shotzi and Tegan was a tag team, they won the number one contenders match, and then for the next week,
first time.
I'm talking about the first time. And then they never got the title shot. This one when Tamina and Natalya was champs. And they never got a match. And then they released Tegan Knox. And Shotzi was on Twitter like, so do I get my title shot still or what?
I gave up on those belts when
it's definitely the most mismanaged title.
And then this year.
And all of wrestling.
But you know what? That's not the only mismatched mismanaged title. All the motherfuckers, except for the Intercontinental Championship, that one has been managed very, very well.
You think Belair shouldn't be champion?
No.
They doing her run dirty. She should be champion. They doing her run dirty.
They are, and the thing is, oh Jesus Christ, please, please, I hope I don't lose any followers when I say this. So that will, the whole situation with the Her Business tie into Bianca Belair. I really feel that the WWE is using Bianca Belair as some type of new product. Like, say, like if you want to go for a membership, whatever, you get something for free. We're going to give you that. Like, we're going to give the black people something for free, but we're not going to give you the other shit. You're going to have to pay for that. That's how I feel that they're treating Bianca Belair.
Let me say this. While I agree with you, I feel like since I made a thing about race earlier, and that's we're back on race kinda. As a black person in America, I feel like oftentimes we use that as the token or whatever it may be. I don't think it's about how you got there; it's about what you do with that position. And I think Bianca carries herself very well. She's doing well with what she's given. Have they given her crap? Yes. Maybe they are using her as a token, but I don't want that to discredit her hard work at all. Because I feel like Bianca isn't like a low level superstar. She's a superstar.
No, when it comes to Bianca, I give her. It's always the people that she's facing. Like, you can't have me buy into her when she went against Zelina Vega. I know that she can kill Zelina. Remember when she went against Dakota Kai? Like, I know she can die. I know she's gonna give her that work. So like, they gotta build up the women. Like when she went against Asuka, I legit was like, oh crap, I think Bianca's gonna lose.
Right.
That was the best one.
Like, the build was terrible, but we know Asuka. So now this is her big real threat this entire run.
Well,
wait a minute. Can I?
Go ahead,
my bad. I want to address Cobra real quick. Who was throwing around Roman's cancer?
Wait.
Like who said that? Like I don't
think any of us said it.
Like, if you're talking about another podcast, yes, I have. I'm not going to even lie to you. I have brought that up and I have questioned it because, like, number one, we were talking about Vince McMahon at that time. Vince McMahon is a very sick man. Vince McMahon will use any type of advantage just to push a storyline. So, and yeah, I love you too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see you in AEW, but at the same time, let's keep this shit real. Let's not pretend that this shit does not happen in professional wrestling. If the shit did happen with him with the cancer, I'm glad that, he was in remission and, the cancer is gone. However, the WWE has been trying to get Roman over for like the last 10 years and it took 8. So I'm going to leave that part alone. Go ahead, Liz.
With the whole Asuka thing, and first of all, they did Asuka. They did that whole. You can't even call it a feud because it really wasn't. We didn't get no type of tension between Bianca and Asuka at all. When Asuka came back at Rumble with the Kano look, we should have been scared. Which at first, like seeing her, we were like, "Oh snap, she about to be dangerous." And so her being the number one contender with Bianca, with that whole time, it should have been like unpredictability, like tension between them, making her look dangerous. Because going into Mania, I was like, Bianca's about to win, because they didn't do a single thing with that story. And I feel like if they took the time to build it up, then I would have been like, oh snap.
You know what's interesting about the whole thing for me, because being podcasters, we have to stay in the loop about everything. So we come to find out that Ronda Rousey's the reason why they changed all the female matches for WrestleMania. Ronda Rousey decided she wanted to be a tag team, so we ended up getting the matches we got. So I get back to this point real quick, is that these wrestlers are in, when it comes to WWE, I think the point of this whole conversation doesn't even have to be a half hour long. It's right now, because of their mismanagement, because of the confusion going on, the superstars are being forced to do it the best with what they're given again. Like, and we could not creative all we want, but until they find some type of rhythm behind the scenes, we're never going to get one on screen.
But you think about this for a minute, and I'm gonna go all the way back to August. August at the SummerSlam, they was actually on the road. It was getting interesting. People was coming back, coming out of nowhere. We were surprised. It was interesting. It was like, who's gonna come out next week? Who's gonna come this week? It was getting interesting. What happens, like you just said, is mismanagement, and at the same time, now they went from having comfortability back to walking on eggshells back there. They don't know what's gonna happen. Look at the night after WrestleMania. Seth Rollins came out over, had the crowd singing. During commercial, they tell him something. We come back from commercial, he's leaving. No promo, no nothing. It's not just the wrestlers. It's us too. Like what the hell's going on? Like, yo, what am I watching?
Borderline disrespectful. Like, for real, because like Seth has okay. I'm not going to say that other word. I'm not going to say he dicks us. I'm not going to say that. I'll say that Seth Rollins have defended the WWE countless times. He even made himself look like a fool to defend himself, to defend not only himself but also the WWE. And you turn around and you don't give him his time. Like, the man has literally put over Cody, and Cody was severely injured. And you turn around and you do shit like this. This is the reason why I question the WWE over and over and over again. It's not about throwing up the ones. It's about what's right from wrong. And it's like, we sit here and we see what's going on, but then we totally ignore what the fuck is going on in the WWE in the name of tribalists. And the shit is a sickness. And like that shit with Seth Rollins, I didn't like it. I really did not like that shit at all.
Seth Rollins is in my top 5. Seth Rollins is top 2 in the world right now. That's undebatable. Yeah. Nobody can argue that with me. Even on a debate show, I'm not going to do it. No. But that doesn't mean, I've always been a fan of Roman Reigns too, and that has nothing to do with the WWE. I think that was the point we made earlier. I'm fans of people outside of the fact of where they wrestle. And I understand that there are those who are just Roman Reigns fans because they love the WWE. I get that. With that said, I think we're missing the bigger picture. Even though it's so much chaos in the background, I think Triple H's ultimate goal is to make Seth Rollins the one to have that moment. I think the story that's being told the entire time is Seth Rollins being this babyface who deserves, who loses to Cody, who got handed it, When the time comes and the story is told, it's already there. Like, it's fire.
Look at WrestleMania alone. To have 80,000 people do that serenade without him saying one word.
They struggle. At my church, we would have did that some more. More practice.
So you saying that they don't have strong vocal cords?
No. Hold on. Since we talking about
not at all.
Since we talking about Seth Rollins for a second. Since we talking about Seth Rollins.
Listen, we had different people from different countries. The timing, I'm going to help them out here, give them a little excuse here. But still, it's 80,000 people humming and singing.
Did you really come out here with that pink ass robe?
Hashtag heels for life.
Boy, like this snack. Boy, like this snack.
Some ass. Oh God, where did you get that? Where the fuck did you get that robe?
I got this from Fashion Nova.
Oh, I thought you got that Burlington.
Oh,
he man said Burlington.
Oh God.
Oh God. No, I love Stormy. I swear.
Oh, goodness.
But no,
I'm telling you,
off the chain,
when
though.
Seth, I've been saying it for the longest. Liz, I think this might be your first time saying it. Heard me say this. Call up Pretty Deadly and put them with Seth Rollins. New faction to take over.
Hello. I mean, I thought they were supposed to do that anyway. Wasn't it?
They was.
If they do it, that means Vince Triple H stole my
Say
stuff.
Say it.
I
stole
said
it.
that.
That wouldn't even be
say it
a
with
his
your chest.
idea.
I was the first one in a space to go, hey, Pretty Deadly with Seth Rollins, because he borderline, like we all know he wearing Becky clothes. Pretty Deadly, they were,
I think
what
Becky's
they do.
wearing his clothes, but that's another discussion.
Nah,
That's a
I
whole
don't know.
nother discussion right there.
Oh, and
I
they
think
dropped
he's
the
more
ball.
fashionable than Becky.
They dropped the ball with
Yeah.
that Batman, with that Joker trailer though. Becky
I'm
Lynch's
tired of
Batman
her
shirt.
coming up there looking like Beaker.
Let's
Like,
be
for
real
real.
about
They
this,
was
though, Stormy.
backstage.
Let's be real about this. Seth Rollins sucks with factions. I there's no way I could trust him.
Does he?
After the
I'm-
I
Shield?
don't know. I mean,
Does he?
It was forever
After
ago,
the
but the
Shield?
Shield.
Every faction he had was a
Everybody-
He's the
banger.
only one. They
Oh.
tried like 4 mini factions after
Okay,
the
wait.
Shield.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Whoa.
After the Shield, he had the faction with AOP that was about to be fired before they got released. That faction was gonna be hard. When AOP was in the suits and it was kidnapping KO in that van, that was tough.
No,
I don't think
Damn.
that was a good story.
Then Buddy Matthews and Austin Theory, the revolutionists. That was gonna work. What you talking? You
it
just
didn't
don't like
work.
story.
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working. That's why it didn't. They
It was working. You wanna know why it didn't work? He
I
didn't-
am a Seth Rollins fan too.
He didn't give him the
factions
time.
stink after the Shield. They
When
stink.
he bitch smacked Buddy Matthews on Raw and said go out there and do it, he took off the glove. Your ass. Come on. Fire. They didn't give him time. They released, like they sent Theory back down to NXT in the middle of a promo. Remember?
Wow.
Theory cut. If y'all don't remember, Theory was cutting the promo and went to commercial. He came back. He was in NXT. I was like, how this happen?
I can't even. He was in the way. He was in the way. That's what it was.
Yeah, remember
He was
Seth
in the
Rollins
way.
like it went.
He was in the way.
Burn it down. Then he was had the glass window. Him
The Messiah?
hands.
The Messiah.
Come on.
Jesus. That's why I call. That's why I call him. Call him Jesus.
Like
I mean-
Seth just won't get rid of that burn it down part of the song. No matter what gimmick he got, you're gonna hear that burn it down.
I mean, it's lit. You gotta have it.
Now he
Because if
got-
his
now-
music just start playing, and I
I
don't
just,
hear burn down.
I just want to say that Cobra Singh is in the chat. I think he's arguing with Chris, but I actually do know that dude from a Coastal Championship, from Coastal Championship Wrestling.
We are not, sir. We are not arguing. He is telling me.
You're definitely
that
arguing with him in the chat, but
I'm
he's
not-
I've seen him wrestle.
No, I'm not giving Cobra any time or any day or anything. If he want me to wrestle him and just silence him, that's cool too. Like I have no problem with
Oh.
that. Now he might out wrestle me, but you know what I'm saying. I know how to kick shins.
Cobra, we
nuts,
gotta have
and
you
all
on
of
the
that.
show, bro.
Oh,
We gotta hit you up.
we just got a challenge on Hills for White Fox.
No, yeah. But yeah. So moving on, because you know I don't wrestle anybody. You know what I'm saying. This person right here
Yes.
is the wild card to this bloodline storyline. Now, I think Stormy, you mentioned this. I believe what happened on SmackDown with Paul Heyman. Can you kind of elaborate on what you were talking about Paul Heyman? Was I guess he was talking behind the Usos, and he said that they need to get their shit together, some type of shit, or
He
Mr.
said
Go ahead.
so. All right, this gonna be the Usos, not be Paul Heyman. The Usos right here, and he was looking at KO and Sammy, and he said in 2 weeks' time, the Usos will win the tag titles because Roman is losing patience with you two. And he dropped the mic, and the Usos was like, "Yeah," but the whole time, like he looked at the Usos like, "And Roman is losing patience with you two." but they weren't looking at Paul. They was looking across the ring, so they thinking, yeah, Roman losing patience. And then Solo was like, y'all embarrassed.
They've been teasing this. From like I think
A
since
year.
WrestleMania. Since WrestleMania about him about to attack his own brothers. Like he gives when Jay comes to the camera, he gives Jay the little look like, nigga, you're the baby brother. Calm down.
Big Show don't act like the baby brother. He acts like the big brother.
He looks them up and down like, and just stand there. He don't say a word. Like,
the funniest part of the whole thing, though, that whole show, is watching him act like he had to struggle to flip the announce table. That was the best part for me. That sold. I was like, this is hilarious.
You said he struggled?
Well, he had to act like he had to struggle because the table is light, so he had to. But he like flipped it too early, and he was like, wait, it's heavy.
I mean, it does happen. I mean, how long he been in the business for?
A year.
Oh, he been in the
really?
He's been in
WWE or like wrestling?
We're just wrestling in general.
5, 6.
Okay, so technically he's still kind of green, but not kind of green.
I mean, they want him to be Umaga so bad. As soon as they saw the picture, like, wait a minute, he looked like
his uncle.
Get that spike on him.
Yeah,
he's gonna be bigger than Umaga. He's gonna be bigger than Umaga.
Yeah.
Umaga had the hair and stuff. All he do is just stand there with the arm closed. That's all he need to do. Just stand there. He looked like everybody black parent in here when you did wrong. And they just stand there looking at you like, go with your ass in the company leave, right?
He looked like the daddy when your mom said, I'm gonna let your daddy handle it. He's the daddy that walk in just
standing with the belt hanging on the side, like I know I did my son this few minutes ago, but that dude, he's the wild card because I think the way they making it, he's gonna put the final blow. Like, and it's like with Roman, like, all you do is just scream out Solo, and Solo just look out and then and do the damn thing. I'm like, yo, he's like programmed. He got
remember when he came, that one little line, the elder sent him. So who was the elder who sent Solo?
Daddy.
Because remember, Roman said, hey, the elders may have sent you, but you listen to me. And it was like, maybe that's why he always like that other elder, like, hey, I don't care what he said.
Shout out the whole Cold School Championship Wrestling. They all jumping in here now.
Uh-oh.
Yes, welcome y'all to #Heels for Life, and remember to like this video as well. Thank you for the comments. Everybody is doing great for the algorithms or whatever. So yes, keep it up.
Are you saying Rikishi the elder?
There's
speaking of Rikishi, he posted a picture with his daughter. I didn't know he had a daughter.
He got another son. It's another.
That's another.
Yeah, there's another son.
There's another Oos.
He got
9 kids.
My wife said Solo is the new tribal chief, and then she demanded we listen to her. That's hilarious.
Wow. Demanded?
She said, "Listen to me!" Exclamation point.
Solo is the
girl. Listen. Church is over. I don't bow down to anybody at all. Even though I love you and I love your brother too, but I mean, not your brother. I'm sorry, your husband. I'm sorry, my bad. That's my brother. I'm sorry, my man. But I'm not bowing down to you. Unless you give me like $1 million, then I'll bow down. And I'll say, girl, I'll be your slave. Okay.
Acknowledge her.
But anywho, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about as far as like WWE? We're still on a conversation with WWE.
There was one thing. So in the when we first came on, you guys talked about Latin World Order, and
yeah.
So I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but Latin World Order, the original plan was for all Latinos to come together, right? That was the plan, right?
That's the plan.
And in 2023, you have Latin World Order in Puerto Rico taking on Damian Priest, who is Puerto Rican, and Dominic Mysterio, who is Mexican. That
what is
defeats
wrong with
the
this
whole
picture,
purpose
though?
of Latin World Order.
Didn't you say that Friday?
Yes, I said in the chat, like, this defeats the whole purpose of Latin World Order.
Why are they back anyway? That's my question.
Oh, because Santos said, "Hey, we got your back. We're LWO.
Let me ask you a question.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with this. Let me just get this out, and then y'all can say it. Okay, so the last time we seen these humans was in WCW, right? Just
LWO.
Yeah.
Okay.
RPA.
That was like what? Almost
1999.
Okay, so that, from my understanding, that's damn near almost what, 22 years ago, correct?
About what, like 24?
24 years ago. Okay, so you mean to tell me that you are willing to bring these motherfuckers back, but then when we talk about the nation, you want to scrap these motherfuckers? I digress.
Okay, cool. So I was going to ask you this question. The Nation of Domination, their biggest feud was with who?
What's that mean? You bring some motherfuckers back from WCW?
No, the Nation of Domination is that's not my point, Chris. Not your point. I'm not debating you. I'm just making my own point.
Okay.
The Nation of Domination's biggest feud was with Ahmed Johnson. It was not with DX.
Oh, okay.
They feuded with Ahmed for a whole year. A group of black dudes beat up a black dude for a whole year. This is not the first time we're gonna see this happen in wrestling.
And they added
because I'm watching SmackDown, like, so we in Puerto Rico with Puerto Ricans fighting a Puerto Rican and a Mexican. I'm sorry, two Puerto Ricans. Even one of them, like you said, we thought was Filipino. Well, technically, it's just crazy.
But why does this group exist?
So
we just told you why. Because this is Ray's final hurrah. This is Ray's final hurrah.
Not only that, what happened was that Pro Wrestling Tees started printing out LWO shirts.
Wow.
Selling them.
And Vince said, "Y'all gotta be effed up." Hell no.
Which means it was a cease and desist. Because you know that's still part of WCW, which is owned by WWE. But when they had all these shirts, ding ding ding.
I said it in the pre-show. I like the Puerto Rican LWO shirts.
That shirt was hard.
I just don't like the people that's in it.
I don't mind any of the wrestlers. I love Zelina Vega. I love
Phantasma. Well, how about this?
I actually think this is good for them.
Right, I was about to say.
Legado del Fantasma wasn't doing anything. And
they still ain't. They put on the one shirt and now they supposed to be relevant.
Hold on, you forgot Chris. Zelina about to fight for the title. Zelina getting the title shot.
Yeah, they
SmackDown won the title.
That.
So I'm supposed to care about that?
Yes.
No, you just said.
You
just said when Selena was getting a title shot for Bianca, you already knew she was gonna get her butt whooped. Now she's gonna have to get Rhea Ripley.
Well, I know she's about to get worked, but it's just because Rhea, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's always whenever she faces Zelina, she throws a little extra oomph in that pin, if you know what I'm talking about. Every time she go against Zelina, she pin her look special. And I be like, God bless her. Yes,
God bless you.
Just to add on to what the enforcer said, not only are they making money off of t-shirts, but the Latino market is the biggest market in the world when it comes to
and black people ain't?
No.
No, the Latino community is now the biggest demographic of minorities.
Okay.
No. So the views they're gonna get for Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico and LWO,
they are going into Puerto Rico,
is a huge money move. A humongous money move.
But okay, I guess this is the thing. We keep dancing around this shit. Latinos, Japanese, Indians, and all of these people. But then when we come to the black people, that actually is like the major demographic. For some apparent reason, it's like we just skip over it. It's like, okay, we'll give you your time in the spotlight, whatever. We'll give you Bianca. But everybody else, like, no, that, unfortunately, our white viewers don't like that shit.
Unfortunately, we're not a major demographic.
They gave us our moment. Remember? Kofi Mania. That was us. That was, here you go. Enjoy
That's not good enough for me. Because, like I said, we're going to sit here and give somebody like Roman Reigns a fucking title for the last 3 years and shit. Why don't you do that to a black person?
Just like Chris said, she had to find people of color. The way she was going through her search for wrestling stuff and she got excited. It's because we are not a large demographic, Chris. I keep trying to explain this. We are a very small voice still, especially with wrestling. Most of the people, black friends we got that aren't wrestling fans, think we're stupid. You still watch that? Oh, it's fake. We still do that to each other all the time. We are not a large demographic in wrestling.
And then when they do give us a chance, we only get the moment. We don't get the great run that everybody else gets.
That goes back to my original question. Why? because we're a small demographic, so we still get that. We still that. I guess that's a pass for us to be disrespected.
No,
No,
I don't like disrespect at all. I'm just explaining to you that we're not a major demographic. We do not hold the weight that I think you believe we carry demographically.
not in the wrestling business.
So okay.
Not in the wrestling. Like he said, like if you go out, if you go in the mall and you have one of your wrestling t-shirts on, probably I say, and we like you majority black neighborhood, a black mall, let's just say like that. Probably only a small amount of people would know who's on your shirt, what wrestling company, what that. Other people just are like, oh, that's a nice shirt. Where you get it? They don't care where you got it from. They just think it's a nice shirt. It's certain people that just knows wrestling, and some people just. I mean, I can tell you for example, down here I saw somebody with a Bullet Club shirt on. Like, oh, you watch New Japan? New Japan, what's that? Oh, that's the Bullet Club. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do get, because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, this is a white dominated industry. I totally get it, but I just really feel that I think we underestimate the black community a lot. And I think that's why we're overlooked, and we've been overlooked for years and years and years and years. I mean, it took for us to go on social media and literally harass the fuck out of the WWE that we demand a black champion. It shouldn't be like that. If you could do this shit for Latinos, if you could do this shit for white people, then why you can't do that shit for black people?
I need you to stop feeling like all is at loss though. Like you
are. I'm not saying that. But my point is, it's just like I just really feel that we're overlooked. You said that it's the reason why that we don't get all of the gifts and the privileges and the perks is because we're in a small. You said our
demographic isn't that large. Yes.
That I don't know.
Here's my point though. You're a part. What you're not seeing is us as black people. We had to do this our whole lives. It's crazy that we started this conversation in the pre show, but us as black people, we had to do this our whole lives, bro. You are a conduit. You are a literal like idol or a person who is standing in the gap for a black voice in wrestling. So that's why we all support you the way we do, because we see that you will be able to get a black voice somewhere in the podcasting realm, where they'd be like, oh, there's this podcast or such and such, something that people of who look like us could gravitate to. And that's awesome that you're doing that. But we can't act like we've come far. You're still doing it.
Oh, like, most definitely.
Unfortunately, that translates onto our screens as well. Like, so that's why as the black community, we have to learn if we want to see more, we have to get behind the black champions more than anybody else. Unfortunately, we're divided on everything too.
That is very true. That is true.
I think another thing is like with like Latinos and the Asian community, they can, I guess, kind of like try to tie it to like, oh, the Latino wrestling culture or like Japanese strong style or like
exactly
they can do that. They can't really do that with us.
Luchador.
So then it's like, oh, we're paying homage to this style of wrestling and like what they're doing. On top of it being a huge marketing ploy.
Exactly.
Okay. And then you also one more thing. You also gotta think of how they book black wrestlers. They think every black wrestler is a goddamn thug, or he's a cognac. And then when you got those that like a very athletic person, they keep them on a certain area, which we call mid card. They're not supposed to get higher. They're not supposed to get over. And like Arthur said, we could support, but we're still a small few that be in the. If you go to the arena, we probably have 10-15% compared to everybody else in that arena.
Oh, hands down. There's one of us to 20 of them.
Right. And we could chant as loud as we want, but we not go. Our voice is not louder than the other 20,000 people in it.
But it can be. The thing is, like, I don't want us to shortchange ourselves, because like I don't want us to have that conversation where well, yeah, the 15 people are there, but hey, we're yelling, but it's
and that's why I said what I said. You seeing it in the wrong way. This isn't a negative thing. We're not shortchanging ourselves. We understand the power of our voices. That's why we're here with you. Like what it is just being real to where we are right now.
No, I'm talking about our community as a whole. I think our community, they hear us, but they don't hear us. And that has been a huge problem with the Black community. I think they are too fucking ignorant for my taste. Because like number one, like I said, they are so fucking ignorant to the point where they will sit here and say that the Usos are Black because they talk like us.
Okay, you know what? You know what? This is heels for life, right? We're heels, so let's just be completely honest. We have bad representation inside of these companies.
Yes,
Mark Henry is a bad representation.
Very much so.
Titus O'Neil is a bad representation.
Booker T.
We have these people that are in these. Booker T is a horrible representation. We have these people in positions. We have these people who aren't advocating for anything actually changing or actually revolutionary. They're just trying to play their part so they can keep getting their little check and just smile when the Black boy need to smile.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Chuck and jive.
I was gonna say it may not be us who getting it, but our culture, the way we are, is being represented. Like, the Usos was failing until they did what? They switched up their swag.
The Usos aren't Black, to Chris's point.
I know that's what I'm saying, right? I'm saying when they start acting like us, then they get over. Roman acting like that,
right? And the thing about it is that's what I just don't like about the WWE. Usos got a Black fucking gimmick. John Cena, the whitest motherfucker on my wall, had a Black gimmick and yet got over. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what my brother is saying. I understand what All-Star is saying. I don't think that that's an excuse. I don't give a fuck about the small market. I don't give a fuck about like, oh, well, they're just a small percentage of us. But yet you're taking our culture and you sit here and you get motherfuckers over, but then yet you won't put a Black person for their gimmick. You know what I'm saying? That you're using on somebody else's, and you're saying, oh, well, we don't have anything for you.
Art is a reflection of life. WWE is a reflection of the real world. It just is what it is at that point. Like, unfortunately. So what you're saying doesn't just apply to wrestling. It applies to the whole world. Rap music is pop music now. We have so many. Doja Cat is the best female rapper in the world, right? It doesn't make sense. But it's not just wrestling. We be coming at wrestling like this. It's bigger than, listen, Doja Cat's coming out with a rap album and she don't care how you feel about it. And she probably gonna go platinum. So the whole
low-key Doja Cat do got bars. But I digress. Doja Cat has
low-key Usos
even though she's weird as fuck.
I mean, I'm sorry.
She's weird. She's weird, but she got bars. But I digress.
She do.
Keep going.
It just when he said that was legit. I'm sorry. I was just like, Doja Cat.
Oh, thanks, bro.
But I think also on. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say I just learned.
Oh, that was so cute. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
But I also think about like Naomi and Sasha, right? Like trying to not only like advocate for women's wrestling and the tag team titles, but like them now having a responsibility as like we had 3 Black female champions, and so trying to like advocate, for that as well, and them creatively wanting them to like Naomi to pin Sasha only to lose to Bianca, and it's like, for what? And I don't know. I just think seeing how that whole situation played out, like maybe for some people that might have like discouraged them a little bit, which we shouldn't be. We should still be using our voices. We should still keep going and harass whoever we need to harass. But we see like the consequences of Black people actually being in a position of some type of privilege and trying to use that to advocate, and the result of that.
I agree.
Transition to AEW. So let me ask you, since we're talking about race, who should be our first African American AEW World Champion?
Swerve.
Swerve, I really think it will be a great fit.
Keith Lee.
I really no hell.
Oh
no.
God.
I think they not doing Keith Lee right, and this.
Keith Lee ain't doing himself right.
Okay,
He's sitting up there looking like a fucking Pokemon.
No,
he really needs to stop.
Chris, no, here's what happened, right? Health is taking a lot from Keith Lee. His health is taking a lot from him.
True, yeah.
You know,
okay.
And then that is his real hair, Chris, is not dye. That's his
condition. Because like
he didn't have to wear gray trunks and look like a big elephant.
Exactly. You didn't have to come out here looking like a fucking Pokemon or Digimon or whatever type of anime character you trying to be.
Look like an endangered elephant.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you look like an endangered species. I mean, like, bro, like, okay.
Out of all the elephants, out of all the animals, you see an elephant.
He looking a little bit gray. Like, I mean, for real.
A hippo.
Bro,
you look like a
put
hippo.
some lotion on. Straight up.
A hippo.
Low-key, sometimes I do be looking at his elbows like we could have. Ain't nobody had no lotion in the back, no oil.
His elbows matching his hair. His elbows match his hair.
He got
that's how you know. That's how you know you need black people in the back. You're like, come here, let me fix you up real quick before you go out there.
That's the crazy thing. They got a lot of black people. It's like
no, they don't. They got
some people that can say, hey,
they have people with melanin.
I ain't fucking with you, sir.
But I do think either Swerve or like somebody commented, Swerve or Starks is gonna be the first black champion in AEW.
What is they doing with Ricky Starks?
Yeah,
he has to go to the Bullet Club.
Remember,
by the way,
like before y'all
I
go
just
on.
found out like a month ago that Starks was black.
Before y'all go on, that's leading us into segment 2, which is AEW. Yeah, let's go ahead, Liz.
No, she said she just learned. She was like, he black.
That was it. It was about maybe a month ago. Like I was watching somebody's live, and they're like, "Oh, Ricky Starks is black," because I think they were trying to compare him to like Young Rock, and then somebody said like something about him being black, and I was like, "Wait, huh?"
So
I missed that.
So to the person who just commented about Swerve and the stables, so what Swerve is doing is he's taking what Roman did with the bloodline and he's doubling it. He's getting all the homies together across everywhere he's been. The 5, ROH, MLW, anywhere he's been at, he's getting this crew together. Like he's taking over at all.
Who's doing this?
Swerve.
Because Swerve knew that them 2 niggas that was just like irrelevant factors.
Yeah,
he knew that he was gonna get anywhere with them.
We like Swerve now. He's cool.
Who?
Yeah. So Tony Khan gave him Brock Lesnar 2.0, and that other guy. That's who Tony Khan gave him. And Swerve said, no. I'm taking Brian Cage and the Embassy. Then he went to the other places and he got, because over the weekend they had a match and they finished movies in the middle of the powerbomb, Swerve off the top rope, foot in your chest, in the middle of Brian Cage powerbomb. That's they finished.
I'm here for that. But the other 2, I'm just like, I even said this. Listen, y'all might say that, oh, well, you don't know anything. You're not in the business. I said, listen, nigga, I got more common sense than you, and I can already tell you that the Addams family was not working. It just wasn't. It wasn't working for me, and it damn sure wasn't working for you, and it damn sure wasn't working for Swerve. That's why immediately he decided to say, okay, I need to do some mergering over here, and I'm here for it.
And then look at Swerve. Who did Swerve bring in? Swerve brought in Jeff Hamilton. If you don't know Jeff Hamilton, he didn't want to make all the sports jackets that everybody be wearing. Them dope. The jacket Kobe and Shaq wore when they won the championships. Yeah. That's him. He was there. He gave the Swerve a jacket. Swerve got in Rick Ross. We had Kevin Gates there. All these rappers coming in because of Swerve. So now you tapping into all that. AEW, like, capture that moment. I love it. I hope it's Swerve.
So, I guess, do you guys want to talk about CM Punk right now?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. Let's kind of get him out the way real quick.
Wait a minute. Why everybody just went?
So yeah,
it's because it's been exhausting. This past 2 weeks, all here is.
There's only one match.
Not 2 weeks. It's the past however many months.
Liz, hear me out. One match. FTR, CM Punk, the Elite, and All In. That's all we want.
Here's the thing for me. The thing is that before we even talk about matches, these grown ass men acting like their shoe size need to get their shit together. Okay, because like number one, I'm tired of seeing Chris Jericho face. I'm tired of seeing his bitch stay face. I'm tired of it. If you guys have these issues, then CM Punk goes his way and Jericho goes his way. But I'm telling you, AEW is not going to prosper if they continue to keep doing shit like this. But I don't want to sit down with him. I don't want to sit down with him. I don't want to. Why do you have a company? Why is the EVPs EVPs? If you guys are not going to act like your job description, then why in the fuck are you EVP?
I think
if you're doing it, let me cut. Okay. The thing is that this is going on too long. I am exhausted. What they should do is capitalize on this shit. Right now, like shit going into London, like they already got 50K on standby, if that's an accurate number. What they need to do is capitalize on that shit and make this the biggest storyline that AEW has ever had in their life, which is the Elite versus CM Punk and FTR. That will give people will be talking about that shit, because I'm gonna tell you why it is bigger than the bloodline, because there is realism in this shit. There is real life beef in this storyline, and everybody is so interested to know what happened in the back. So right now, it's either you make the most important business decision in your life or just get rid of it altogether.
I think the money's already there. The money's there.
I was about to say, I think as with the Seth Rollins thing, we're missing the biggest story that they're building right now, and that he will join the BCC. It will not be FTR. He will end up being the leader of the BCC or side with them. CM Punk. CM Punk will join the BCC.
I mean, that will be that.
That's the money. FTR is no money. They already didn't want to give him the belts for the past 4 years because they're boring. They're a great tag team, but they're boring. They have no marketability.
FTR is boring?
They have no marketability. They're
Tony Khan needs
wrestlers, which is awesome for wrestling fans, but they have no crossover ability. They're dead in the water. Smack dead in the water. That's it. That's it. It's over. They're gonna retire in 4 years because they will never make money again after the next 4 years. That's it. They
I take my high five back. I take my high.
They can't negotiate. They can't negotiate if they're not bringing in money. So what you do is you put them with the stars, which is BCC. You have CM Punk coming with them with their own show. They run wrestling. They become the biggest stable, and that is still the same fight against the Elite.
Tony need to pull a vent to sit everybody down, because y'all remember way back when there was an incident at WWE where Booker T beat up Batista, and Batista was ready to quit, and he sat him down like, "Hey, you still finna do this match? Let's make it work."
I hate to say Eric Bischoff line, but controversies create cash, and it seems like that it works in wrestling. Edge and Matt Hardy, you just said Booker T and Batista. This is already a storyline. Like I said, I've been talking about for weeks ever since CM Punk put that Instagram and deleted it. And he want to come back. He said he's willing to talk to the Elite and King Omega, but they talking about no, they don't want to have nothing to do with them. You want to make money, you want to sell it all in London. Wembley Stadium ain't no small arena. That is the biggest.
That's like fucking 80K, ain't it?
I just feel like if they're EVPs, they should act like businessmen. Like, for the business, put your pride aside and try to make this money.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about when you said that? It's kind of proving CM Punk little rant, because he said you got EVPs acting like little children back here. And you're EVPs, and if you EVPs, you gotta think of the business. This is the business side. This is not y'all wrestlers. Y'all great tag team. Young Bucks, King Omega, great wrestler. Mm-hmm. But y'all EVPs, the business side of it is money and making it. And y'all got money right there on your lap. Mm-hmm. But y'all don't want to. Oh, I just want. Listen, it's okay. You're a grown ass man. You do whatever the fuck you want. But if you got kids, which y'all do, and you got mortgages, which y'all do. And you got travel expenses, which y'all do because y'all go everywhere every Wednesday. Take this money, put this shit on the side.
I don't normally like to agree with Willis Wheeler. Shout out to the bro. But he's
wow.
But he is 100% correct that I don't know what we're talking about right now. If CM Punk is definitely coming back to the company, they've had this conversation.
I didn't hear that
because the only feud that is possible is him versus the Elite. Anything else would be the dumbest money move in the history of all money moves. So they bang. So that's what they got to do.
I mean, I'm talking like because I haven't seen it on no dirt sheets that he's back. The difference. I don't
confirmed. CM Punk is coming back. They are starting a new show on Saturdays from 8 to 10 o'clock.
Collision.
I heard that, but he will be the smart move?
Well, he would be the A superstar of that show. It's like when they created SmackDown for The Rock. People don't talk about that a lot. This will be his SmackDown. He will be the man that runs this show.
You know what, bro? I think that this is a mistake, and
I don't
think they learned. I don't think they learned their lesson the last time, and this is where Tony Khan needs to put down the cracks. Okay, the thing is that CM Punk needs to rebuild up his resume instead of making him the fucking star of a show. Like I understand that you're using him as a whore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a marketing whore. I get it. Totally understand. I would do the same thing too. But the thing is, this man is coming off of an injury. Okay, he broke his nuts, or he did some other shit, or whatever.
That was his elbow.
Or elbow.
I don't know, but it hurt mine when he said it. Don't.
Yeah, one day. Elbow.
Check this out, Chris. One day they're gonna call you, and they're gonna be like,
okay.
They're gonna be like, Wild Card Chris, we want you to come to this wrestling event for a walkthrough. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to touch a microphone. All you got to do is be there. They're going to put your face on a flyer. Mad Wrestling Black, especially fans, are going to rush to this venue WrestleMania week because you're going to be there. You're not even going to say a word. This is what CM Punk is. He is a name. He ain't got to wrestle like that.
He's a name that can't wrestle. This is not 2013, sir.
He ain't got to do, bro. Money is still money. He is marketing 101. CM Punk will make all the money.
I get it. And he proved that, you know, his first go round. And you see what happened with that. He almost destroyed the company. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, why you give him his own show the same way when they separated The Rock from Stone Cold and said, here's SmackDown. Because you want to just make sure that he's seen as this A star while you're able to build other stars.
But my whole thing is, like, why are you building another show when the other show couldn't even get off the fucking ground? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
this. What's on Friday? Rampage.
What are we doing here?
So,
people only watch Dynamite.
So my thing is this. So Collision is gonna be AEW version of Thunder.
Velocity.
And we know how successful that was.
I mean, remember they made Thunder. They made Thunder to make Bret Hart.
Sunday Night Heat.
Bret Hart.
So here's why Collision. Another thing is why. A lot of times the guys that he used, you know, they got to travel in case of travel issues. If they can't make Dynamite at Rampage, now you got them for Collision. Like, you know, because a lot of times guys travel, they can't make them Wednesday night.
My nigga, like on Saturdays, I'm not worried about, unless it's a pay-per-view, I'm not going to sit there and watch wrestling. I got other things to do. It's bad enough that we got wrestling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll be assed out on Friday. It's time for me to go to the club. It's time for me to play Fortnite.
Okay, they can play wrestling in the club. You out there, you know, getting it? Oh, snap, look what's happening.
Yeah, you know, I like to shake my ass, you know, every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm fast like that. You know, I'm just playing. Anyway, Christian by law. But Sunday. I'm just saying, like, Saturdays is just not going to do it for me. They tried to do that shit with what was that, Clash of the Belts or Belts of or
Battle of the Belts.
Battle of the Belts or whatever. I don't even watch that shit.
Well, that's like once every 3 months, I think.
They had to give CM Punk something where he wasn't around the Elite all the time, so they can still build Kenny Omega as the A star that they want him to be. He has to be the A star over here. CM Punk is the A star over here.
Why not build Rampage? Why not focus on making that show better than creating a whole new show that's about to fail?
Okay, that's what Jay White is for. That's what Jay White and Juice Robinson are for. They're about to be the Rampage guys, along with Jay.
Are they?
But
yes.
I mean,
yes, Bullet Club is going to be all over Rampage.
Bullet Club is going to be Rampage. So did you see? Remember we cut that promo like this is now Bullet Club Gold. Their Rampage is going to be their show.
So they got one thing that's going against them. It's a tape show, so I can immediately just go online and just check the results. I don't even need to watch your show.
CM Punk show will be live.
For Rampage that's doing stuff that's benefiting from me. Why do I need to watch your show? It's taped. I can just go online and just see your results. That's what's hurting AEW. It needs to be a live show instead of a tape show. Because you know how these fucking neckbeards like to go on and say, I know the results. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all I'm just trying to say. It's just I don't think that Tony Khan got a lot on his plate. And that cocaine bear shit is working overtime. Like it really is.
Oh, he really okay. So when I went to see it, like I'm wondering, like, hey, does he really talk like this? That man came out, and I was like, oh my god, I saw his eyeballs from my seat. Like St. Louis is a great wrestling town.
I just want to say that mostly every billionaire, millionaire in the world does cocaine. So if you met,
and absolutely,
he got strong shit from overseas.
He just don't know how to hide it.
Yeah, I don't think he is hiding it. He just don't do it on camera. So
are you sure? Because I could have swore I seen some. I could have swore I seen.
Man, he came out, and I'm like, oh crap, Tony here, and then he said St. Louis, and then he goes, St. Louis, you got another show? I'm like, enough, bro. Tony, I didn't plan on being. I left at what 1 o'clock in the morning after I was done.
There are 3 shows that I think 3 or 4 you get all in one on one day, and I'm like that's too much. That's too much going on.
So when we went,
AEW was too long.
So when they came here, we had the ROH show, then Dynamite, then Rampage, and then another ROH show.
Wait, we want to sit here and clown AEW and Tony Khan, but I mean whatever his name is. But ROH ain't nothing but AEW mid-carders being champions, but nobody talks about that.
I mean, we can talk about it. I have no problem. I don't.
Hey, Athena Cole though, she didn't change her game up.
Listen, okay. So since we're on the AEW situation, let's talk about Ring of Honor because I think we have not talked about Ring of Honor. I think we need to give them like a grade right now and see like where they at right now in the company. Now, All Star, since you brought it up, I'm gonna let you go for it.
I'm just saying the more and more I watch Ring of Honor and I watch AEW and how we like to talk about how the draft is pointless because we're separating Raw from SmackDown. Wrestlers still jump back and forth. Well, Ring of Honor is pointless because the wrestlers are on both shows. They sign the AEW and then they show up in Ring of Honor. They sign the Ring of Honor, but then they show up in AEW. They defend their Ring of Honor belts on AEW. Or sometimes they don't carry the belts on AEW. They don't know what they want to do at Ring of Honor. The point is, all of their mid-carders are Ring of Honor champions. C-Squared, Claudio Castro, whatever his name is. He is a mid-carder on the AEW show because Jon Moxley is the star. Bryan Danielson is the star, which means C-Squared is third in his own faction, and he's the champion.
He's the champion.
Wow,
the world champion.
Yeah, world champion. It is a mid-card promotion. That's all Ring of Honor is. Brian Cage resigns. He's still the Trios champion of Ring of Honor. Who cares what he's doing on AEW? He's the Trios champion of Ring. Nobody cares. Athena is the women's champion. I don't care if you like Athena. I think she needs to go to Texas and run her own promotion, and that's what I'm going to stick with every time we bring her up.
She took a botch, though, and made that her curve. I thought that was pretty cool. She took fans going, oh, you're too rough, you too this, and she been beating ass ever since then that day.
The only thing
I'm here for it.
The only thing fire about Ring of Honor is the pure championship, because Shibata's the man.
Hey, yes, I don't know. He needs to be tested because where is he from? This man lost half a brain and wasn't supposed to be, or like how the hell is he
just as good as he was before he got hurt?
Like the doctor said, you'll never walk again. Matter of fact, you may never even breathe again on your own.
He said,
like Shibata came. Like if y'all not hip to this man had a serious injury in wrestling. Like half his skull got punctured in or something. His brain was leaking. And like they legit thought, oh, he's about to die in a week. He's dead. 2 years later, he's back like nothing happened. Like I was like, like
but you know those Japanese stars is built different. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like this.
I mean,
they built crazy.
I think they're Android.
I think he is too. What'd you say, Liz?
No, I was just agreeing. They absolutely are built different.
They gotta be. When they say strong style, they mean that. Like they sit there and do this. Come on, hit me. And they really, you hear that sound? You really hear that sound on their chest. Like they're not smacking their chest when they swing. That's the elbow hitting the man's face. And it's a perfect picture for someone hitting them. They jaw this way and their face this way.
Let me tell you, one knee injury made me retire from everything. I was on my way. Cage fight, one knee injury. I'm done. I quit. I'm done. Can't do this.
But you know what? Going to Ring of Honor, I think All-Star really brought up some really good points. I think that Tony Khan really needs some help, and he's putting more work on him than he should. Like it's going into overload to the point where it's just like, bro, this is like too much wrestling. And I love wrestling. I love it. I enjoy it. But I'm sorry. I'm 40 years old and I'm going to go to sleep at a certain time. And if I'm leaving a fucking show at midnight, I should be leaving at 10 o'clock. That is a problem.
Man, I got there at 5 o'clock and left out at about 11:45 because he was like, "Hey, you guys are treated to ROH." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Hey, after Rampage." What you mean after Rampage? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it's like,
done.
Like, I'm getting up like, man, if this, I'm finna go.
We talk about the next day. I'm like, no.
Like, I'm literally, when I say this, the entire arena was walking out, and then Viking Go music hit, and everybody turned around and was like, what? And everybody just sat down.
Before they had ROH, they had AEW Dark, AEW Dark Elevation, Dynamite's Live, then you got Rampage. And then they want to come out and joke around and say, "Oh, you want to sing a song?" Like, no, I want to go home. I gotta go to work.
I'm tired. Well, guess what, you guys? You're treated to MJF concert.
I throw a damn drink can at him.
Tony, I've been here since Wednesday. It's Friday. I miss my kids. Can I go home?
Don't get me started.
And he don't want to let you go.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started on MJF's 25-minute segments every Wednesday night. And we have to sit and watch him talk for 25 minutes.
Do you want to know why? MJF is the network's favorite.
Now.
Remember when he left? When he walked out, right? The network called Tony like, where's Maxwell?
He said now. But did you hear Forcer though? He said, "Yeah, now." Yeah,
the networks love him. That's why
MJF is like the picture. If you look at white privilege in the dictionary, you see MJF's face.
With a
Jungle Boy said it. If you listen to Jungle Boy promo, by the way, Jungle Boy, work on your promos in front of a live audience. You're too quiet.
Hey, I will personally accept no Jungle Boy, nothing. If it's not positive in my vicinity.
I'm sorry. I watched it live and he was like, yeah, MJF, because I think he...
And he had a great promo but the week before. Did you say how good his promo was in the pillow?
No. I'm not saying his promo was good. I'm saying when you're there live, he talks. He's a quiet talker.
Oh.
Because remember I messaged y'all like, hey, how does he sound on TV?
Because
there he was like, hey, MJF, because I was thinking, maybe, I can come down. What? I'm just trying to say, you're a bitch.
It's Jack Perry.
The whole building. What did he say? Speak up. Well, I was just thinking, maybe we can just.
I'm like, bro, like, dude, is he an introvert or something?
I'm like, dude. But when MJF said, yeah, that hot piece of ass you got, you son of a bitch. Oh, that's what got me.
There it is.
Now he loud.
But you notice something during this whole thing? That their promos are getting better when it comes to, like, everybody clowning MJF all of a sudden, like, Maxi Pad and Darby Allin making his best promos. Jack sounded way gangster than he ever has.
I think it's them going over the promos with MJF. I almost feel like he's making them better.
They in the back.
And that's really good.
Have a little freestyle session.
Yeah,
hey, look,
that's
man,
really good.
All right, when I say, are you cool with me saying this? Are you cool with me bringing up your accident? Are you cool with me bringing up your divorce? Like,
but I mean, that is what a heel's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That is what a heel's supposed to do. That he's supposed to make the faces better. You know what I'm saying? That is what they're lacking in WWE. Mm-hmm. They don't have. I mean, as good as Roman is. I don't want to make comparisons, but Roman is not making no one better at all. He's making himself better. He's making himself money, but he's not making nobody better.
Bloodline better. I think they've all benefited from the story. The bloodline.
The bloodline.
I mean, That's what heel factions do though. Like think about back in the day. If you had an NWO shirt on and you was just a nobody last year, you put that NWO shirt on. Oh, he's gonna be on Monday Night Nitro in the first 2 hours.
But
he
sir,
made
like
that.
I mean, what about Virgil? Virgil is still the same house nigga that he was when he came in.
Listen, Roman needs another.
But when he turned to Vincent.
Oh no! When he went to Subway, no, Olive Garden.
Hold on, I'm not going back to the WWE because we didn't say something in AEW. The person who is lacking the most out of this pillar thing, we're giving them all credit, and I love when we do that. High praise for them. Sammy Guevara stinks. He's stinking.
In what way?
He stinks. He sounds like a child when he does promos, and the better Jungle Boy gets, and the better Darby gets, the more he looks like he's the low man on the totem pole.
I agree.
It's bad, we got to be honest. Nobody likes to say it. Sammy Guevara now is just he's a dub. It's a dub.
In promos, or
just in general. In general.
In the ring, Sammy got it in ring. Yeah, because Sammy in ring is dope, but the promos
is dope. Sammy has never told a story in the ring outside of jumping off ladders.
Hey,
that's true.
I can't debate that.
I mean, the only thing that Sammy got going for him is that he's a whore, like on camera. That's it.
I didn't know he was Spanish for real. I just thought that was when he kept calling himself the Spanish.
I'm like, he don't know Spanish.
He's a Spanish. He like, I'm the Spanish guy.
So you telling me some random white dude is going to come out there calling him a Spanish guy, knowing that he's not.
He don't even speak Spanish. It's so disrespectful.
When I first saw Sammy Guevara and he the Spanish guy and he wasn't speaking Spanish, I was confused. Like, is this
Sammy Guevara is that kid in Spanish class you sat next to and you was better than him and you didn't understand why he couldn't write his name? He's that kid. Like,
but hey, I'm gonna keep saying what Tony Khan has to do. He has got to strike with Roosh. He's right there. That's your Latin guy to get in that market. Roosh is right there.
Yeah.
Roosh. This is what I said about you, R-Star. I said you're not no baby face. You're a tweener.
Nah, bro.
No, he is a heel and he knows it.
I just said the truth. I'm a baby face.
Bring the evil onto the dark side.
No, okay. So here's another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and then if you guys don't have anything else, we can go ahead to heel heat. So Jeff Hardy came back to Milwaukee this past Wednesday.
And
what did you guys think about that?
Wasn't it the exact same way as last time, beating up the same people?
Wait. Ladies
first.
Go
I'm sorry. Go
ahead. He looked healthy, so it was good to see him in that aspect. He looked winded. It looked like he wasn't really ready to come back, in my opinion. The Swanton Bomb was perfectly executed, but like even when he finished, he just looked like he was like breathing heavy.
Shane McMahon.
I don't know if
wow,
we're gonna get anything like different with him coming back. I'm happy to see him back, but it's more of a nostalgic kind of happy and wanting to see him win.
He wish he still looked like that.
For me, he looked in shape. Like I ain't seen Jeff like with a cut stomach in years.
Not his face. His face didn't look.
His face looked. Yeah, his face.
And then I think with him looking winded is because he was trying not to cry. Like you can tell, he was like when he hit that ring, like you saw the emotion come, because it all hit him right at the end when he hugged Matt. That's why they cut the commercial real quick. Cut to Div 7. He broke down. He started crying.
I was gonna say this for heel heat, but I might as well just run it up. I am not happy that he's back. The wrestler, I don't care. The person, Jeffrey Nero Hardy, that's what I'm worried about. Like honestly, Jeffrey, I compare this to he treats the fans like, I think wrestling to him, that's the drug. That's the most dangerous drug to Jeff Hardy. And what I say by that means if he comes back and he hears us cheering and his history, if you hear that cheer, he gonna climb a ladder. He go climb this, and he get that adrenaline, he get higher, he go jump and hurt himself. His body is not the same it was 20 years ago. You can't be jumping off the ladders and getting that. You just hop up and do that little stupid dance. No, right now you look like the older brother, and I compared this to someone. I said he's like fucking Ike. He's like Ike Turner and the fans of the anime. We just keep on embracing him back. Like he's gonna hurt us and he gonna leave. And if anybody, if you gotta hear me out on this one. If you know someone that had a problem and they keep on saying they are right and they come back and they relapse and they go get help, they come back and they relapse again. I don't know how many times you could, as a fan of Jeff Hardy, could take that, the wrestler. I'm now more worried about Jeff Hardy, the father, Jeff Hardy, the person, and him coming back and getting everybody all excited for. It's cool to see him. It's good. It was cool to see him run. I just can't.
I 100%. I 100% would agree with you if I knew Jeff Nero Hardy. Like if I knew him. Like if I was there through his rehab, understood where his sobriety was. Like, and that's why I think at wrestling it gets edgy for me. It gets gray for me, because Jeff Hardy, the man, as much as I want to speak on him, I don't know how his rehab went. I don't know where his mind is. I don't know if wrestling is his biggest drug per se. I do understand the wrestling part of wanting to go out on a better note than he went out on. So you would return as a legend because you want that moment. I understand from a wrestling standpoint that if he's bored at home and has nothing to do and he needs something to keep him distracted from maybe a different for helping him be sober, distracting him from the bottle, then wrestling is beneficial. There's two sides to this. Because I don't know him as a person, I don't speak on it.
But this is what I'm saying. Okay, but you could come back, but you don't have to wrestle. Now you're the elder statesman. You got young dudes that's in their 20s in the back, and you can tell them the war stories of what you went through. Remember, we watched Jeff Hardy grow up in this business. He started at 16. We didn't know he was 16, but he started at 16. We watched him grow. We watched him become a jobber, to the background guy, open the doors for people, to becoming a freaking superstar. And his resume speaks for his damn self. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't care if you WWE Wrestling Hall of Fame, or if it's a Hall of Fame in Canton for wrestlers, he's a Hall of Famer. He don't have nothing to prove to me. I can't speak for everybody else, but he had nothing to prove to me. So
I think he uses. Go ahead.
I'm more worried about the man, the father. I definitely want him to be happy. If his happiness is to come out and get the adulation from everybody, cool. But you don't have to sacrifice your body no more. You don't have to jump off it and do swantons for us no more. You gave us enough memories, and you gave us enough.
I don't think he's doing it for us.
But if he do something for, I think if you want to stick in the wrestling business to help out or want to be involved, coach these young guys at AEW. You got somebody that is as sick as you named Darby Allin. Tell him like, hey, you don't really have to do that every night. Save your body for that moment. You have to do that every night and all that stuff.
Change your gear. That's what you need to tell him first. Change his gear.
I can't speak for everybody. I'm just speaking for me on this one. Like I seen him go through so much that I think he should just back off a little bit. If you want to come to wrestling, come and help out the guys. You don't have to throw your body like that no more.
I think the problem is, like, wrestlers like Jeff Hardy feels that, if I'm able to still keep doing this, I'm going to keep doing it. But I just feel that he's a danger to himself and to society. And that's where I have to kind of cut him off. I have to let him go. I'm at that point where I'm letting him go, because like he don't need to wrestle anymore. And like you just said, like he could do things in the back, whatever. He could be a coach for Darby Allin, all of the younger stars, and all that good shit. But it's just like, I just feel that Jeff Hardy, he's not the Jeff Hardy that I seen almost 35 years ago. We all seen him grow up in the business, which has been a blessing and also has been a curse, at the same time. Because we're willing to see him jump off the ladders and whatever, but then we're also ready to ridicule him when he's like going through his darkest times. That's why I don't really give a fuck about these wrestling fans and their opinions. because they will turn on you just like that. They'll stalk you. They'll do everything to make you look like shit. But then they are the same person that says, "I need you to entertain me. I don't give a fuck what you're going through." You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So I was happy that he came back to Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? That was great. But then at the same time,
you weren't even there.
I wasn't even there. I was 20
I'm throwing
minutes
it in
away.
his face.
I was 20 minutes away, and like I'm like, why the fuck Jeff Hardy is here? Like I was happy, but then like it just like my energy just came back down again. I don't know why. But is there anything else that you guys want to talk about AEW before we go into Heel Heat?
Roosh.
I think we covered everything, right?
La Faction Inagnobles will get gold this year. It's time.
Ring of Honor gold?
I don't care at this point. Get him, man.
They'll get gold on Ring of Honor. What are you talking about?
So, I guess we're on Heel Heat now. Anyone wants to start first? So, okay, so Liz, since you are the guest, I guess you should go first. Heel Heat, we release. This is our segment to release. This is our confession, if you will. You know, so if you want to go ahead, go first. Just let loose.
Oh, I don't know. I try to keep like pretty chill on everything, so I gotta think about.
You mind if I jump in right quick? One of y'all just kind of just step in, show her how it's done, and then she could kind of follow suit. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
King.
Cool. Okay. All right. So, Bret Hart.
Oh.
Bret Hart, for me, he has a right to be bitter, but I think he's like Booker T and all the old farts that's in the business. Excuse me for saying that. Because they really paved the way in the wrestling business. They have gave us a lot of great moments, whatever. But they are really showing their age. They're disrespecting, you know, say today's wrestling, but then yet you show up in AEW and giving the blessings to the AEW title, but then sit back on a podcast just like The Undertaker and continues to shit on today's product. But then yet you're not taking the necessary steps to show the today's wrestlers, hey, this is how you do it. This is how I did it. If you want to you can take it how you want it, but you know, I'm here to help you out. Bret Hart, Goldberg, Booker T, these motherfuckers don't do this shit. Now Booker T may run a school, but at the same time, he's like one of them ones where he does not show like us, like, you know, the black wrestlers, that hey, this is how you do it. I will be your voice. I will guide you. He's not one of them ones. And yet they sit here and they take the time to criticize today's wrestlers. The flippy do die, and you know, and Bret Hart even went so far on saying that you should not watch AEW. But then yet bless the AEW title, which I don't get. And then also he said, real wrestling fans, y'all. What does that mean? Real wrestling fans. If you're gonna sit here, you're gonna shit on me, please tell me what the real definition of real wrestling fans is. Because if you telling me that I need to go back to the Attitude Era or the real or I don't know, the Golden Age era, that is what the WWE Network is for. Your time is up, sir. I'm sorry that you got kicked in the head by Goldberg. I'm sorry about that. But the problem is that you need to be more specific when you're talking about being a real wrestling fan and watching the product, because like I'm not understanding what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of these old ass wrestlers sitting here throwing shade or whatever, but then my rebuttal towards you, and then all of a sudden I'm being disrespectful towards you. I'm not respecting the business, but then yet what you're saying does not really have too much. I don't know. It's not factual for me. And and I'm sitting here and I'm listening to these people, the people that been in the business for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they're disrespectful, but then yet they're not doing anything to help out the talent that's in that's in the wrestling business today. And that just irritates the fuck out of me. It does. And that really irritated me on Bret Hart. Bret Hart is a fucking whiner. And that shit that he said about Jon Moxley, yeah, Jon Moxley, he bleeds worse than a woman. I get it. But at the same time, I'm sorry. Jon Moxley has been on a tear for the past couple of months. Especially him and the Blackpool Club turning heel has been the most interesting thing that has been going on in AEW. But then yet Bret Hart wants to go on and say that, oh, you shouldn't watch this shit because I didn't do this shit back in the day. I'm sorry, but you and Shawn Michaels were kind of boring when y'all was like holding down the company. But I digress. But that's all I got to say.
And that's how it goes.
Yeah. So are you ready? Or you want me to go? You ready?
Give me one more. I want to see.
Okay. So this is about Jade Cargill on mine. So this is for all the fans who keep on trying to diss her and compare her to all this stuff, right? So I think fans, some of you guys forget that this is still technically, she's only 55 matches into her wrestling career. So whenever she goes against all the local talent and everything, these are people she's facing who are technically on her skill set because she's only 55 matches into her career. So everybody's going, oh, she didn't face this person. Why is she not going against Britt Baker? Why is she not going against this person? They got years in the business on her. So stop trying to compare her to Bianca, who had NXT, the Rhodes shows, time on the roster, had her time up. She fought her way up to these 3 in a row at the main event of WrestleMania. She made her way up there. Son, I'm talking. Now, Jade is at 55 matches. When she goes against the people, these are the next proteges of wrestling. So these are the next women who are next in line behind her, who she's showing like, hey, even though you got this amount in, this is what you can be. You can be a champion if you put in that work and show it. And Jade, with every single match, has improved. More movesets, better at promos. Her character is getting better. She's not just the big buff black lady. Now she has the real test in Wera Loca, Taya Valkyrie. Instead of damning it and being down on it, embrace it. Because Taya Valkyrie is that chick or that bitch, as Jade said. Because every company Taya goes, she walks away with the world title. When Lucha Underground was there, who they put? Taya, MLW, CML, AAA, New Japan, Impact. Taya gets gold. Now this is Jade's first test. And I think Taya had to finish it first. This is her finishing move. The Halls of Valhalla, whatever the hell she call it. This is it. So stop downing Jade. No, she's not like Goldberg. She is Jade Cargill.
Yes. Praise Jesus. Yes.
Praise the Lord. Yes.
Yes.
Piss on these humans. Yeah.
Oh, no, play my song.
Yeah.
Oh, they put it on me. I heard that.
Yes. Yes.
I heard that. That's because he want to be a baby face like me. I can't do it because I'm a baby face. No, I'm joking. I can definitely do this. Charlotte Flair is the best wrestler out of the 4 horsewomen. I sat back and listened to all you talk about nepotism for months now, at least 3 months. To let everybody have their little say and downgrade Charlotte because her last name's Flair, as if she didn't work for anything or didn't prove anything. She had arguably one of the best matches WrestleMania weekend out of all of them. And if we want to be honest and break everybody down, let me help everybody out real quick. Becky Lynch didn't become over until she got punched in the face and broke her nose. Then she became the man, which she took from her boyfriend, Seth Rollins. He was actually the man right before she became the man. Took notes. You told me to take notes, Stormy. I read it in the chat. But she became the man, right, because she took it from her boyfriend. So then we let Becky be the man. Didn't mean anything. Before that, she still was the Irish last kisser. Nobody liked her or understood her on a microphone. We said what in between every line she said in the ring. But now all of a sudden, she's the best female wrestler in the world. False. Bailey got boring and stale as a face. She had one fan in NXT, one little girl, and finally decided that she was going to turn heel. And when she turned heel, it still didn't work till she cut her hair. For some reason, it worked out. Barely cut her hair.
And she turned into Karen.
Right? Barely cut her hair. Karen is a good heel. This heel is working. I like what you're doing. But then you decided that you thought you was the dead mother of WWE, and you want to go get EO, and you want to go get Dakota, and you ain't helped them one bit. You did nothing. You did absolutely nothing for these NXT girls that you love. Bailey's the mother of the NXT girls. She trashed on y'all. Y'all came out to no noise at WrestleMania. 0 people cared. Then you got the belts that nobody cares about. Lost the belts nobody cares about. Got the belts back, and then had one of the worst matches WrestleMania with Becky Lynch, who was only the man because she took her from a boyfriend and she sucks. Now Mercedes Moné. We all love Mercedes Moné, right? She's the greatest, right? We all love her. We all love her. Nope, let's dead this. Mercedes Moné's her promo is trash. Her charisma is 10. Her in-ring ability is an 8, but her promo is a 4. So that means she averages to about a 6.5. It does not happen. What exactly are we talking about? Her promo is horrible. Her list was already a problem, but then the more and more she does indie promos, the more I'm like, man, I wish she'd be quiet. I really wish. I never wanted Sasha Banks to have a mouthpiece. I want Mercedes Moné to have a mouthpiece so bad. But here we have Charlotte Flair, who's putting over Rhea on the biggest stage of them all in one of the top 3 matches of the weekend. Here we have Charlotte Flair still doing backflips off of a top rope, even though she doesn't have to do any of this because she's the most celebrated and decorated female champion in the world. Yes, her name gave it to her. Nepotism exists, you losers. If my daddy owned a company, I better be the next president. Nobody else better get over me. That's my position. If her last name is Flair, she better be the most decorated. That's her daddy. Get you some better parents. That's what y'all sound like when y'all talk about Charlotte. Like y'all need better parents. Like everybody needed better guardians who had better opportunities to offer y'all because y'all ain't have none. Charlotte Flair is the best out of the 4 horsemen, and I'm done.
I just wanted to add on. I just want to say I agree with you on the Charlotte part, and also on the Becky part. Technically, at that WrestleMania, Ronda's arms wasn't down; her shoulder went down.
Wow!
If you watch the replay, that's why Ronda got up like, what happened? Her arms went down.
Wow! Wow!
Oh, my brother!
No, hold on, wait a minute before you go. And another thing. Charlotte wasn't even supposed to be wrestling. It's supposed to be her brother, but sadly he had to leave because she was playing volleyball.
That's a fact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the brother was next in line, but he passed away. So in his memory, she took over wrestling.
David,
she was gonna play volleyball.
No, Reed.
Oh, it's Reed.
Yeah, like this was her backup. Like she was like, only reason she did it was like so that Rick could have a kid in the business. This supposed to be the son. She was like an all-star.
Honor. They don't have legacy in their family.
She was like an all-star in volleyball. Like she was that like the next big volleyball thing was like, I can't do this. I got to say my father's name.
And no, Seth Rollins stole the man from Ric Flair, and then Becky took it from Seth Rollins. Thank you.
Yes, God bless.
Damn, that boy left no crumbs on the table. That's how you do it, Liz.
God bless R-Star, because God damn it, I'm glad you said what you said, bro. First of all, so my heat was Jeff Hardy, but since I got the shirt on, I
think we're still talking about that. I don't think you could do this yet. I think that's the last.
Well, damn it, I got to find something else, damn it. So I'm going to have to talk about. I see it on here. They talking about Vicky Guerrero, so that was burning my damn chest about the situation. One thing, people, let's say this for it came out that her daughter has been touched by, I guess, the new husband that is not Eddie Guerrero. Okay, it's 2 sides of this story, and Vicky already cursed us out by judging. Mind your business. Just mind your business, because by us talking about it right now is like, don't make no sense to. I'm sorry, we gotta mind our damn business on this one. She came out, they said the girl needs some therapy. The other one said, my mama didn't care, the man touched my booty. I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I don't, because we don't know what's going on. We need more situation. I can't talk about what I really want to talk about
Why not?
Because
it's a segment. You just wait.
Be right there, though. Be right there.
Yeah. After Liz go, like
Liz, it is your turn.
Yes.
Now you've seen how to do it. As
get him.
I don't know if I can cook as hard as Jared did, but
no, we've been holding that for months.
Yeah, I see
that. I
can
see it was just pouring out of him. He was just ready to
his pores. Yes.
I guess on the topic of like women's wrestling, why is it so fucking stale at almost every company? Like, why we can't properly build these women? We got the talent for it. Bianca's talented as hell. Charlotte's talented as hell. Rhea's talented as hell. Why we can't give these women like proper like runs for their championships, and like we recycling old people? Why the hell? Listen, I love Rita and Trish. I love them. I do. They've done a lot for women's wrestling, but did we all see what they were doing at WrestleMania?
Thank you.
Did we see or did we not see? Like, we gotta come on now. They struggling to get down to down the ramp. Like, we gotta thank you for what you've done. Let me build up the new girlies. Cause I mean,
Go ahead and say it.
No.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Don't hesitate.
As nice as it is to see you, I don't want to see it no more. That was 06. Past that. Why are we giving Bianca these whack ass storylines on her championship run? There's no reason on paper, right? On paper, Bianca versus Bayley, it should cook, and they did okay in a couple matches. The Extreme Rules match and the what was it, False Count Anywhere at Saudi Arabia, but like for the most part, like the promos whack. I did not care. I was playing games on my phone.
Damn.
Like, on paper, Bianca and Alexa should cook. Especially she about to turn dark Alexa again. And we got whatever the hell was happening with Bray and Uncle Howdy and all this. That should have, and that was the worst match of Royal. No, actually, it wasn't the worst. It was the second worst match of Royal Rumble. But like, and then we haven't. I mean, she's dealing with like health issues, but like that was Bianca and Asuka should have cooked. Like that, the build up for it should have cooked, and they just gave us nothing. Same with like, they did Liv dirty when she was SmackDown champion, and gave it to Ronda, which I got my own opinions about Ronda. I can't stand that bitch.
There you go.
As in wrestling, her as a person, I don't know her. In wrestling, can't stand her. 3 moves and it's always the armbar. I can't. But then Ronda to Charlotte, and then like just like, what are we doing? Same with AEW. This whole thing with Saraya and Ruby and Tony and and whoever else is in it is stale. Y'all can't even spray paint the L properly half the time. Like, we gotta figure something out, because we can't be stale with the women on both major companies. What's going on?
Did you watch Impact?
I can't with her.
I don't. I just because I do sometimes get burnt out with the wrestling. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I ain't gonna lie to you. There's no reason to watch Impact right now. All of it.
I know, but I was about to say though, like with their women, they do everything you just said. Like they actually focus on storylines. Give them that. They'll give them that main event.
Don't watch it right now.
Can I say
not now. Last year there was cooking.
Can I say something about Impact real quick? So, Ja, I love you, not because you light skinned it, but I love you because like I love your energy when it comes to Impact. However, I am so tired of you, like, you know, every time we talk about Impact in a negative way, you know what I'm saying? Because we also talked about this in our you know, in hashtag Heels for Life chats or whatever, that we need to be more positive. The problem is that how the fuck can I be positive when your company doesn't even want to be positive, when they don't even promote their own shit? How the fuck am I supposed to find you and you don't even promote your shit? How I know it comes on Thursdays. I know that they got great storylines. However, they don't promote this shit. So if you don't promote your shit, then I can't find you. I mean, I know you're there, but I mean, you need to let me know that you're there, so I can invest. And the thing is that you need to go to the source. You need to get on the horn, and you need to tell them promote your shit. Okay, you know you like your shit. You're invested. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I wasn't invested back in like 2015. It's 2023. I need to get back to when I was invested. I want to get back to that point. And right now I'm not. So I'm not going to be invested in shit.
They literally have nothing to promote right now.
The worst thing that can happen to a company happened. Both world champions.
Both of their world champions got hurt.
Like serious injuries. Both world champions.
Oh, I heard about Mickey James. I didn't. What else?
Josh Alexander.
His tricep or was his quad?
Oh dang.
His tricep.
Yeah. So
Josh Alexander with a racist.
See that, and that's really fucked up because they had a fucking pay-per-view. You know what? Let's go on to the Hurt business. Okay, yeah, let's go on to the Hurt business.
Speaking of racism,
I'm not.
Nice segue.
So our last segment is the Hurt business, and I wanted to talk about.
Look at him. Keep that picture up there for
this is called greatness. This is called black positivity. You know what I'm saying? When I'm beating somebody ass, I'm still being positive. But the problem is that the problem is that the WWE feels that when they got too many black people on their network, they feel that we have to kind of cut that down real quick. And I didn't like the fact that they scrapped the Hurt business without an explanation. We already seeing pieces to the puzzle that were being implemented, but then they decided just to cut it all together. This comes back to my point that WWE do not appreciate black people. They never did, and they never will. The thing is that they want to make themselves look good because they don't want to be talked about in a negative aspect. When I was talking about Bianca Belair about an hour ago, they treated her as like a Black Friday type of deal. You'll get your membership. You'll even get this for free. We're giving you this shit for free, but you're not getting anything else. You want to get you a section? Oh, you need to pay $20 for that shit. Other than that, no, we're not giving you nothing else. We're not giving you any other black people to add to the storyline or whatever. Bianca Belair and the Hurt business and the profits. What? What? You telling me there ain't money? But when it comes to this, y'all, WWE, they ain't having that shit. The Usos, once again, you're not black. You're not black. Stop acting like you're black. Stop it. I'm not going to play that black game with y'all motherfuckers in the wrestling community. We're not doing that shit. If you ain't niggerish like me, okay, if you ain't go through the same trials and tribulations, you are not black like me. So we're going to shut that shit up because I'm tired of that shit. Just because the motherfuckers talk about eating pussy and everything else and throwing up the ones and all that other shit, you're not black. I'm sorry. I need an explanation of why they cut the Uso meter. You should stop it. Stop it. I need an explanation. Seriously, I need an explanation why they cut the Hurt business.
Vince McMahon.
I was just about to say it feels very Vince-like.
I mean, look at the first time. Like they was making the money for them because they was the main stable on Raw. Mm-hmm. It was the United States champion. They was the tag team champions. Right in that picture, right there. Then when Lashley got the big gold, he got the world title. Mm-hmm. They was set. If they would have done this to me, if they would have done this the same way they did the Bloodline, I'm feeling like the Hurt business against the Bloodline would have been money Survivor Series. Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Look at all that chocolate, though. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Mandingo, head on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Chris.
Attention.
Chris.
Okay,
Chris.
all right.
Chris.
I'm sorry.
We have a lady in the room, Chris.
I'm sorry. Liz, I'm so sorry for acting like a gay whore. I'm so sorry about that, but it's just too.
We have a
I
lady.
would love
There
to
was
be
a
in that
time-
three-way. I'm so
There,
serious.
there was a time when I didn't like when wrestling threw a bunch of black people into a faction and called it a name.
Yeah.
It was like when people wanted Carmelo Hayes to come and join
Man.
Don't
Raw.
get him started again.
Yeah, and all of that yada yada. Like, I just at first I was against it, and then this happened, and then Swerve started recruiting white people, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't like this. So you know what? I'm mad too. Bring the Hurt Business. I want black factions because after watching Swerve recruit all the bodybuilding white guys he did, it comes off as if he's the wide receiver at a white school playing football and he's hanging out with the cool kids, and I don't like it. So
with the Hurt Business, the first time before they got scrapped, Naomi was about to join. Remember, MVP was talking to her about how, like, hey, you need some gold on your waist. Naomi was about to join the Hurt Business. That was gonna be his female.
But you think about that, could have been that would have started the storyline because that's
now you're going against
bloodline. That's the bloodline. That's his wife.
They need to just let me call Triple H tomorrow real quick.
I mean,
no, because like Triple H. Once again, I'm sorry, but if you think that that man is your Jesus, then you need to check out his nose. No, let me cook. Check out his nose, okay? Because his nose is getting longer. Every time he comes on a TV show or if he comes on Twitterland or whatever, his nose is getting longer. The man lies more than fucking Trump, okay? So I don't want to hear him. Mandingo, that's what I'm talking about. Like this is what we need. But they want to bring in the Latino world order. I don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers. I don't care about them. I don't care about Rey Mysterio and his left. Hurrah! Like, I don't care about that shit. Half all the motherfuckers on there I don't care about. You want to bring the motherfuckers from WCW, then bring in the fucking Hurt Business. How about that?
If they redo the Hurt Business, I say you bring back Cedric and the Prophets, and of course Bobby Lashley.
Minus Cedric.
Cedric
needs to go somewhere else.
No. Minus Omos, because they was talking about putting Omos in.
No, keep Omos away. No offense, Omos.
Yeah, keep him far away. Yeah.
Offense against Omos. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, you know what? Bring up that picture again.
Don't bring up that picture again.
Shut up.
I said to make Montez Ford the focus this time around.
No, I swear to God, I'm not gonna be sexual on here. Okay, so leave Cedric, leave Bobby, leave MVP, but Sheldon needs to go. Yeah. Replace him with the Street Profits. And then y'all should be good. And then bring in Bianca Belair too. So she'll be like the first lady.
I think you could keep Shelton. He don't have to wrestle anymore. He could be like maybe like a right-hand man or like a
he could be the fall guy.
Essentially, yeah. But I think as far as the Hurt Business being scrapped, it's very Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Because I think,
it's not February no more.
Yep.
So what the hell you need?
I get it. Yeah.
Right. I think Triple H was initially willing to kind of work with it and bring it back because you saw like he was trying to do stuff in the background and like we seeing them talk in the background because we know Vince is not sophisticated enough to have a background storyline going on in the midst of he's not sophisticated enough for that. We know that was a Triple H thing.
Right.
So I think Triple H was willing to kind of try it out. I think once it was apparent that this was getting scrapped because we weren't talking about it no more, I was like, oh.
I don't want to skip ahead because I think it was the last thing we're going to talk about, but I know the time. But this is what the draft is for. I know we always ask what is the draft is for. The draft is pointless, and I agree with all of that, except for the fact the draft is like a Money in the Bank. The draft is like a Royal Rumble. It's just a way for the WWE to debut somebody or reintroduce somebody. I'm sure Bray Wyatt will be reintroduced. I'm sure such and such will be reintroduced. I hope we get some type of. I hope we get introduced to some type of black faction. I believe that WWE does respond sometimes to the way news goes out, and the Hurt Business being canceled has been received horribly.
I thought they could have used Bray Wyatt to bring the Hurt Business back.
If you talk about Bray Wyatt one more time, I'm gonna
hear me out. So you got Howdy and Bray jumping Bobby Lashley in a way, right? So Lashley needs.
What is going on?
I don't understand why you are bringing Bray Wyatt in this situation.
Because the last feud we were about to see was Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. For the first time, somebody using mind games against Bobby Lashley. So maybe that goes into it. He gets MVP to get him back focused into the game because MVP had him focused on the WWE title. That was his coach to get him focused in the zone. Now that's a way to lead it because we saw the Hurt Business in the background talking to Adam Pearce during this little mini storyline before it phased out.
Mm-hmm. There's a big Omos size problem where obviously Vincent Kennedy McMahon, as Liz said, is all about Omos too. You know, he likes his big beefy men. So at the end of the day, he's not going to take MVP away from Omos. That's just what happened. He was not going to remove MVP from Omos. And Omos doesn't gel. Him and Bobby in the same faction is stupid. You only need one dude. You only need one monster, and it's obviously Bobby Lashley.
Here's what you do. You send Omos down to NXT, and you tell Apollo Crews, hey, you Nigerian again. And y'all finna be a tag team. There you go.
Oh, my God.
To be honest, that would have been the best idea. Call Triple H.
Hear me out.
Get the phone, bro. Get the phone.
Think about it. Apollo Crews was not Nigerian, but he had a Puerto Rican dude as his enforcer. Now give him a real Nigerian. Let Omos go. It's time for you to go back to your roots, and he's Nigerian again.
Facts.
We're not doing this. We're not going to sit here and have people pretend to be a nationality, and they're really not.
Take that off.
Aren't they both Nigerian?
Omos is really Nigerian.
He's Nigerian. Apollo's Nigerian. He just doesn't really have the accent.
He just uses an accent.
Apollo's father is Nigerian.
Apollo's Nigerian.
Apollo's in a feud with Aziz, who's the same size as Omos. You can have Omos come down and go, I'm not going to let you beat up a fellow Nigerian. Apollo goes, oh my God, we'll be back. The Nigerian, you can call them the Nigerian. I don't know whatever they say in Nigeria. I don't know.
Nigerian connection. Yeah.
There you go. The NGN. Bam. Let's go.
There you go.
The Nigerian niggas. Let's get this pop. Let's go. Omos and Apollo together.
But I think another reason why Hurt Business is probably scrapped. I look at like a New Day versus a Hurt Business, and like the New Day being an all-black faction and them being like playful and joyful is consumable for white audiences. Which I mean, I feel like as a black community, we do deserve to see black joy and black fun and all that stuff. So I'm not taking that away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think seeing a bunch of black men looking successful in these expensive suits with these championships around their waist, that's not as consumable to white audiences.
That's a great point.
That's matter of fact, that's kind of dangerous because you know how white people like to, put black people in a certain spot. When you see black people, especially black men in suits, it's dangerous because they, the one thing that's dangerous about black men is smart brains. And to white people, we're not supposed to have knowledge. We're supposed to be like ignorant. We don't know anything, not book smart, anything. Because like I said, like black people are very strong. Black people are very powerful, and white people know that shit. That's why I believe the Hurt Business was scrapped.
Yeah,
the Hurt Business would took some focus off that one storyline that they got going on, which is the
bloodline. Exactly.
You got another strong faction that's coming back, and they're strong because it's already documented. They won tag team titles, they won the World Heavyweight title, so it's already documented that they're strong and they can be equal to the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the bloodline is the hottest or the only storyline they got, and Sammy and KO, and we got this situation right now with the Night of Champions thing that now is fuck up the whole scenario of
and bringing the bloodline right now, because like Arson said, there's a thing called the draft that they might keep hope alive, bring it out, but that's me keep hope alive, you know.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm all about I'm all about Jesse Jackson, just long as Jesse Jackson keep his dick in his pants.
Lord have
That's all I care about. As far as Skrilla goes, I'm looking forward to meet you at WrestleMania in Philly. So then that way, and shout out to you being in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to you. Skrilla the Great, the controversial one, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame today. You know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he was in top 5. It's one of the greatest wrestlers in Georgia. But like I said, once he hit Wild Card 316, next year in Philly, he's going to understand that he's not actually the greatest like he think he is. Oh. But you know, I digress. Ooh. Love you, Skrilla. You know I love you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I love him. You know, I love talking shit. Anywho, before we depart, anybody else have any other anything that they want to get off their chest? Anything that we haven't covered that you guys want to talk about? This has been a very great podcast, so just want to make sure everybody get everything off their chest and live. You know, I love you, girl. You know that. Yes. You've been a great guest. Thank you so much for coming on here. So
thank you for having me.
Yes. You know I had to bring your ass on here. You know that. So you know I had to bring you on here.
We're gonna be talking about this one. There was a lady talking wrestling on here. Did you guys see that? There was a lady. Did you see that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I just want to kind of just throw this out here. Like I know this is an all male podcast. However, we have been thinking about. It's the reason why I brought you on here because I wanted to kind of test you a little bit. I'm thinking about bringing a woman on here. I know you kind of like outnumbered. I know it's like kind of being outnumbered, you know, with all these black men on here. However, like looking at you and listening to your views or whatever, like I don't know, like I'm thinking about bringing a woman on here, and I'm hoping that you will be a candidate. So.
Okay.
We will be your big brothers. Don't worry about it.
Most definitely.
I get that vibe already.
You'll be the first lady of Hills for Life podcast. There you go.
Yes. So that's why, like, you know, I was like, we really need a woman on here, you know what I'm saying, like to tell us a different side to, you know, the women's side or whatever. Like, you know, this is a different type of dynamic, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. We'll definitely keep in touch and you know all that good shit because this is not going to be your last time on here. I can definitely tell you that. So, but fellas, anything? Ziggy, matter of fact, you can come up on because like I know you've been producing and appreciate you producing and shit. So
almost picture up, man.
So anything that you want to bring up, sir? Anything that you want to talk about? You know, Mr. Babyface.
Yeah, man. It's a banger show. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. If y'all haven't already, hit that like button on whatever platform you're watching us on. It definitely helps get the podcast into the algorithm. Definitely see that y'all are watching the show, but it does help us. It's free 99. It doesn't cost a thing. Just hit that like button, and we appreciate it.
That like don't cost a thing. If you want to watch my show,
yeah, there you go. Nah, y'all did great, man. I think there'll be another week of wrestling for all us to digest, and you know we're gonna pick apart and everything like that. So definitely stay tuned. Also, we're working on getting the podcast on all podcasting platforms again, like it was before. Pandora, iHeartRadio. I think we got some. I'm getting some. All right, yeah. Well, so like some like all podcasting platforms like iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Apple, so on and so forth. YouTube, MP3. YouTube Music, I'm sorry, that is now called. So we'll be on all of that. So definitely be looking out for that because a lot of people have requested to have that available on there, because some people like to listen to it while they're driving on their commute to work and different things like that. So we're obliging. We're listening to the feedback you all have been giving us. So we're making the steps to do that as well. Also, check out our website, healsforlife.com right here, and buy our merch. Check us out. That's also where you can support the show. And once again, definitely appreciate y'all. And that's all I pretty much have for this week.
All right. So once again, thank you, Liz, for coming on here, being our special guest and giving us your insight, your lovely insight. I will be joining you on TikTok sometime this week after my punishment.
Dude, stay punished.
What did you do now?
I didn't do shit. So me and my boy Pocket, we were going back and forth. It was just play fighting or whatever. And then the next thing I know, I get removed, and I don't know why. And I've been removed for about a week or so. So I don't know. So yeah, and everybody been asking me too, are we going to do spaces on not TikTok, but on Twitter? It's one of them things where I get with the crew, they decide if they want to do a space. If we do a space, we'll go ahead and do a space. But right now, that's not a priority right now. That's not a priority right now because we have other things that we got going on. But as soon as once we establish that and we get a date, we will definitely let you guys know. But yeah, until that time, everyone, thank you for watching the show. I know we went over 25 minutes, but this has been a very great show. Share, like, comment, all that good shit. Tell everybody about #HealsForLife. Also buy our merch. Please buy our merch. But yeah, I'm Mr. Team Bring It, your host. Can't wait to entertain you guys next week.
Yes.
Everybody can, take it out.
Chris, I need to edit this pink coat. I need you to
The one in the pink down there, he said his name was Jay Storm.
Oh my God. Good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Peace, y'all.
Good evening, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood enforcer from Health for Life Wrestling Podcast. Here to give you some knowledge, some 4-on-1 on our heel merch. So, if you go to healthforlife.com, you see all the famous. Get the flag here, don't like the flag. We got aprons, we got cups. We also got tank tops for you muscle men out there. There's some muscle men out there. Big boys, so pick up. Tank tops. You're not a tank top person? We got regular crew t-shirts. We got some female t-shirts too. Check it out. And if you are in the winter state like Wisconsin, shout out to Chris. We got those hoodies. Got those hoodies. Again, check out healthforlife.com for all your heel merch.